You're listening to Bring Me the Axe. I'm Brian White. I'm one half of this morbid equation, and I'm joined by my co-host and brother, Dave White. Hey, Dave, how you doing over there?
Thank you for asking that question. Pretty well. You know, Christmas has come and gone, and I am not unhappy to have it in the rear view.
Really?
I feel like this whole month was kind of chaotic. I feel like the last couple months have actually been a lot of chaos. A lot more traveling than I'm accustomed to.
Yeah.
And just sort of a lot of stuff going on. But we managed to take pretty much the entire week off, in part to travel back and forth to visit people, but then also because we used the rest of that time to work on a new show that we're on.
What show is that?
Well, that is a new show. It is called Laughing in the Dark. It is a rewatch podcast of the fantastic 90s Nickelodeon kids anthology, Are You Afraid of the Dark? It is myself, yourself, Mikey from The Rewatcher. Never going to get over calling him that. And our dear, dear friend, Eileen from Oike Horror. Horror.
Horror. The H is a little hard.
I'm never going to be able to do it. Anyway, point is,
Oike Horror. You got to roll the R. You got the R rolling down pretty well.
Point is, we got this new show, Laughing in the Dark. It starts on January 6th, which is next Tuesday. And it's going to start on the 6th. It is all four of us. It is, so far, pretty funny, I think. A lot of impressions.
A lot of accent work. A lot of accent work. A lot of laughing. The title is pretty appropriate.
A lot of just Eileen's general boisterous joy.
Eileen has now used the phrase "butt fucking" twice in eight episodes of a TV show meant for 12-year-olds.
Well, then that is fucking hilarious. There you go, you lucky listeners. That is why you should listen to it, because Eileen's vulgarities are usually pretty funny. But for a one-time only, if you are a Patreon subscriber, I believe it will be available to you. The first episode will be available to you starting tomorrow, or starting the day this airs, so Monday. So there it is. If you are a Patreon subscriber, just this one time for the first episode of this show, you will get 1 week early access to it. And it's pretty funny. Hopefully you will subscribe, you will listen to it, you will share it, you will tell your friends, you will give it thumbs upses and
five
stars. And leave lots of positive comments, because you know what? We put a lot of work into it, and I think it's pretty funny.
I think it's pretty funny too, and it's really, this has definitely been your project.
It has.
It's gone well.
So far, so good. But yeah, let's hope people will listen to it.
So yeah, definitely do. I've mentioned it to a couple of people. I've brought it up on the Discord, and they have, like, one of our listeners has already been like, I'm already doing a rewatch of the series. So.
Nice.
Yeah. So
it's on. If people do want to watch along, I believe it's Paramount Plus. I think it's on there.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And I think it might be on Amazon too. But you know what? Oh, they both fucking suck. I guess if I had to give money to one, I'd probably give it to Paramount.
That way you can also watch Twilight Zone.
Paramount movies, CBS. Yeah, I believe CBS is on a Paramount thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So we practically grew up in neighborhood video stores, and the steady diet of utter garbage that those shops provided us continues unabated to this day. There's no one else I enjoy chopping it up with more about trashy movies than Dave. Just before we get into it, a little housekeeping. If you want to keep up with us between episodes, you can also find us on Instagram at Bring Me the Axe Pod, and Dave's over there at That Werewolf. Mm-hmm. And if you don't know, we have another show called 99 Cent Rental, where we cover all manner of video store madness on the weeks when Bring Me the Axe is off. Our latest episode is out covering David Lynch's Mulholland Drive.
Ooh.
Out now. Ooh.
Love that movie.
Good movie. God damn, that was a good movie.
Yeah, watch along with that, too.
For fuck's sake, do so. Yeah. And we'll be back next week celebrating 2 years of 99 Cent Rental. We'll look at the breakdance epic Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo.
It's one of the rare times you get to add the parenthetical title Electric Boogaloo, and it's actually the correct title.
I know. I've been hearing that for so long. People will be like, such and such 2 Electric Boogaloo. I feel like it's a little played out. So I go back to such and such to The Legend of Curly's Gold,
which is a pretty good one too.
You can also contact us directly at bringmetheaxepod@gmail.com with any questions, comments, or suggestions. Do let us know if there's a movie that you love. We'd like to hear us give it the business. And if you would like to support us on Patreon, you can do that. You can look us up over there at patreon.com/bringmetheaxpod. It's a couple of tiers you can join there. All paying members get ad-free episodes. And subscribers at the $5 month tier can look forward to our bi-weekly X-Files rewatch pod, Do You Think I'm Spooky? Speaking of rewatches.
So much ad-free content. Because you know what? Nobody likes ads. And you shouldn't have to listen to them.
Yeah. The latest episode is a look at the season 2 episode One Breath. It's a good one.
That's pretty good.
It's a good one. Yeah. And there's also our monthly Bring Me the Axe Millennium Edition, a bonus episode in which we explore a modern horror movie. The current episode is a look at Paranormal Activity, which, if you could tell by my tone, we have thoughts on that movie, and I feel vindicated. We've got some feedback from people who are like, "Yeah, what the fuck is up with that movie?"
Well, it's a bad movie. That's what's up with it.
It's not a good movie. No. But we are right on top of January's episode.
Right, where we will be discussing the best picture of this year, according to us. And according to a lot of people. So what movie could that be? Oh, you're going to have to listen to the end of the episode to find out. Or you just go and listen to the Paranormal Activity episode because we tell you at the end of that one. Son of a bitch.
I know, but hey, you got to pay. You got to pay up to get that information. Once again, patreon.com/bringmetheaxepod. Oh, and I forgot to mention, all Patreon subscribers, even the free ones, hey, you get access to our Discord server.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What happens over there?
Well, we yuck it up. We talk about movies. Mm-hmm. We talk about music, a little bit of television, video games, because I got a PlayStation 5 for Christmas.
Nice.
Have been on the menu lately, playing Elden Ring.
Oh, so you opted not to go with Indiana Jones?
I will probably get around to that one, but I can't say no to a FromSoft hard game.
Well, those games are not for me, but by all means, enjoy yourself.
Yeah. But we've also got our watch parties. Watch parties are back on.
Ooh.
So I had a Breaking 2. We're going to be watching Breaking 2 in the Watch Parties channel. So sign up for the Discord, upgrade your Patreon account to $2 or above, and you can watch the movie with us. It's fun.
And you know what? All these fucking streaming services and platforms, they all are terrible now. They all suck. They're all the greediest motherfuckers in the world. Why not just go direct? Get on Patreon.
Exactly. And you can watch them movies with us.
Yeah.
Let us curate your taste.
Ooh, I don't know about that. I watch a lot of movies, and I'm going to say about 35% of them are good.
I know. Sometimes I'll put a movie on, and I'll be like, I'll all of a sudden I'll blink, and I'll be like, oh shit, I've been asleep for like a half an hour.
Yeah, I get a lot of like, why is this still on? This is the longest movie I've ever seen.
I know. Lastly, if you like what you hear, you can subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts. We're also on YouTube. Search us by name and subscribe if you prefer to consume your podcast that way. And you'd be doing us a big favor, by leaving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So I invite you to take a moment.
Yes, please.
It truly is a very simple process.
Please and thank you.
It's quite helpful, and it makes us feel very good.
It does.
Yep.
Both of those things are true.
Yeah, people. Oh, and it's super helpful if you leave a comment. You can do that on Apple. To the listener who commented gave us 5 stars, but said, "Hey, chill out with the mouth noises." I say this. That's fair. I'm going to do that.
That's what I have to say to that. You have given me a complex, sir and/or madam.
That is a fair assessment. And that I'm going to take that as constructive criticism. I'm going to do my best not to do that. And in the editing process, when I hear it, I'm going to cut that shit out just for you.
And I, meanwhile, will be obsessively paranoid about it the entire time.
Which you got to meditate or something like that. If you look into transcendental meditation or something.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yep. So but we'll be doing it for all y'all with misophonia. We're looking out for you. So, yeah. And if you listen on YouTube, do us a favor. Give the episode a like and leave a comment. We'd love hearing from you guys. Just want to get that all out of the way right at the top of the show, because this is the point where we usually run a trailer. But not tonight.
Nope.
Not tonight. This is a special occasion. I've been looking forward to this one all year.
Hey, speaking of special occasions, I forgot to mention one other thing. Our friend Scott has just recently opened a new record store in Dover, New Hampshire. So if y'all are in or around Dover, New Hampshire, I believe it's called Renfield Records. Is that correct?
Renfield Record Exchange, I think it is. At the very least, look him up on Instagram. He's got an account where he kind of posts all the records and I think he sells toys and stuff like that.
Yeah,
too.
it is a store. If you are anything like me, God bless you. If you're anything like me, and you like to spend all of your money on things that bring you joy but otherwise have very little value, this is the place for you. Toys, records, Blu-rays, DVDs, posters. I think some posters. All manner of nerdy collectible stuff. So go check it out, because I think we all need a store like that near us, and I personally don't have one.
I am very happy to have it. I'm going to have to go up and pay Scott a visit, because this is something that he this is his calling.
Yes, he. If ever I have known someone who should be behind the counter of their very own record/tchotchke shop, it's Scott Chase.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, Renfield Record Exchange. At the very least, look him up on Instagram. Scott's a great guy, and it's a worthy it's a worthy endeavor. Yep. This is our roundup for 2025: the good, the okay, and the bad.
Yeah, some of those categories are much larger and deeper than others.
I think I have a weird balance this year, but there is a strange sag in the middle for me that I found very surprising is the word I'm trying to dig up there. I sort of figured that this would be, because like in the last couple of years that we've done this, I feel like the spread has been fairly even. There's been, like a lot of stuff that I felt very strongly about in either direction, but the middle is also kind of where I find a lot of comfort, because like not every movie is going to be something that I love or even would say that I like, but I'm fine with it, and I'm fine with having watched it. I feel pretty good about it. Not this year. Apparently, I had to fucking struggle to find movies that I was okay with, because there's a lot that I liked. I thought this was a very good year overall for horror, and most of the stuff that I did not like, the stuff that falls in my bad column, is mostly just the usual shit that I feel misses me because I'm too old for it.
Yeah, I got a lot of that. I got a lot of either stuff that I went into knowing was going to be bad, and stuff that I was just kind of like, yeah, I don't know that I am the right audience for this. I think there's very few that I was like, wow, that was disappointing.
It's a lot of it is that Shudder exclusive modern slasher movies that, for whatever reason, and I'm going to fucking pound on this shit, because each one of them reviewed very well critically, and I seem to be the only person on earth who didn't like them. But like,
I don't know about that.
The problem that I have with a lot of these sort of new kind of neo slashers is they're not satisfied with just being a fucking slasher movie. They have this weird sort of Scream effect where it's like, because you know how like now the Scream movies are sort of meta about being meta. It's kind of like that, where each one of them feels like it has to have a twist, and then it has to have a twist within a twist. And every time it happens, it's like, well, I saw that coming a mile away, and I was hoping that they weren't going to do that, and then they fucking did it. And that's when I rolled my eyes so hard it hurt.
I watched one last night. I did not intend to talk about this, but we are going to talk about this movie. I watched one last night, and we'll get to it on the list. It's in there, but it was that to the nth degree. It was like twists upon twists upon twists. I was like, you are putting absolutely everything into this movie, and that is not okay.
But before we do dive into that, like I wanted to sort of also kind of reflect on a year of the podcast, because we had some. This was, I feel like, looking back on our list, like it's been a weird year for the podcast as well. Like we've had most of our list this year for both shows was like weird deep cuts. With a couple of big, like a good smattering of hits, but that is not necessarily a bad thing. But it brought out some strange perspectives. Like, did thinking back, like, were there any that stuck out to you as something that are remarkable, either just good or unusual?
I always find that I would say how we choose these movies is pretty random. It's generally, well, it's for one of us, it's not that random, but it's generally pretty evenly split, maybe more me than you.
Because looking back on the list, I find that it almost works because next year is almost the same sort of pattern where you pick most of the Bring Me the Axe episodes and I pick most of the 99-cent rental episodes.
Yeah. Yeah. I think probably because we would generally agree on horror, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I will say the ones that I am usually surprised by, well, given that I've usually seen most of them already, none of them really come at me like really surprising. But the ones that I think are our most interesting discussions or our most engaging discussions are usually 99-cent rental. Because those movies, we have a little more leeway in there. We can choose things that are sometimes have more depth to them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I think last year our most fun episodes very easily were 99-cent rental episodes, being Story of Ricky, Miami Connection, and Mad Foxes. And we had the benefit of Eli Bosnick on Story of Ricky just screaming with us the whole time. But like those three movies, for different reasons, were a lot of fun to talk about because Story of Ricky is fucking nuts. And if you haven't listened to it, I encourage you to go back and listen to it. Miami Connection, I found very surprising in the fact that I was expecting to sort of laugh it up over a big, stupid movie. But the filmmakers' sort of enthusiasm and just general, like overall good vibes was a quality of the movie that I was not expecting. And then Mad Foxes is just the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen.
It's the wildest movie ever made. I think I really enjoyed the cruising episode. Thought that was pretty interesting.
I've got that one on the list as well. I liked cruising quite a bit. Our Whatever Happened to Baby Jane episode stuck out as another one that I really, really I loved doing that one. I think it was a pretty good chat on that one.
Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I mean, stuff like
Alice,
Picnic at Hanging Rock.
Oh, that was another one that's on my list. I felt like that was a really great episode. That it's not the sort of horror. It's not a horror movie that you expect. It's definitely a horror movie, but just in weird ways. It's such a strange movie, and that was a great one to sort of research and talk about. The ones that really stick out to me were Threads and The Day After, mostly because it's like 7 hours of podcast, and both of us were really going through it in
back to back darkness.
Yeah.
No, I don't know that anything really. There was nothing that I was kind of like, meh. I don't know. I think the Apple was kind of a one that we were both sort of like, it was a weird choice. that was definitely me on that one.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, I think it was a good year. We had a lot of really interesting episodes.
We had some great guests as always.
We had some great guests. We got just recently we hooked up with Stacey Ponder, somebody I've wanted to have on for a while.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
Hallie Kiefer.
Oh, I love Hallie
so
Kiefer.
Much fucking fun. Hallie's coming back next year. Stacey's coming back next year. We got Eli coming back next year. Mm-hmm. We've got a bunch of people signed up who are going to be a lot of fun, but yeah.
And I'm sure you could probably expect the usual round of guests.
Oh, sure. We've got
your Tyler's Hyde.
Always a good time.
Yep.
Well, with that in the bag, shall we discuss the bad?
Let's do it.
Okay. So I'm going to start mine off with, mine is sort of like a gradation. So like when I start at the top here, these are ones that I'm not so strongly against. They just, it's by the time we get to the end, it's the stuff that I really, really disliked this year.
I did not rank them in any particular order.
I tried to just to sort of give it sort of like a bit of a flow. But yeah, the one that just kind of made the list because it rubbed me the wrong way was The Black Phone 2.
Oh, okay. I agree. I hated that movie.
I didn't hate it. The problem that I had with it was it is a shameless ripoff of Dream Warriors.
Mm-hmm. And it is, it's an uninspired cash grab from beginning to end.
And the thing that fucking bothers me is that all of the the filmmakers, the studio, critics, fans, they all seem in on it. Like they all recognize it, but to them it's an homage, which drives me fucking nuts. Because it
can't be an homage if you are sort of like not even obliquely pointing to what you're ripping off.
There is a dream world. There is Timu Freddy Krueger. He gets his power from the dead kids thing, like all of this shit. I think it had really, also the thing that really drove me nuts was that fucking video effect they used for the dream world and the goddamn super Jesus-y ending.
Okay, well, so here is where I'm at with this. I thought the first one was a fairly well-made, decent movie.
I think the first one is perfectly fine. I think it's a good movie. Even I love that it's got great period details. It wraps up neatly, and most of all, it doesn't need a fucking sequel.
Well, here's where I'm going with this. I think it's a novel premise, and they never really go out of their way to explain anything. And that ambiguity allows the whole thing to work without the audience sitting there going, yeah, but what about this? What about this? I don't understand this. How come this? Like, if you don't give anybody any details, they're just going to watch what's on the screen and take it for what it is. And that is what happens in that movie. In this one, however, they kind of go out of their way to try to build out lore and provide some kind of convoluted backstory when you didn't need one. And it kind of undermines the original and weakens the whole thing. Yeah. So you end up with like this kind of weird story that I didn't really want. I don't know who asked for it, but Joe Hill says that he was inspired to write the sequel by the iconic imagery of the grabbers' masks, and I was like, I feel like you were inspired by a couple $1 million. But
we went. He has a new book out, and we went and saw him do like a talking thing down in Exeter, because he always does a talking thing in Exeter when his new books come out. And that he said the same thing was like it was the images of the masks and the fact that he could swap them out and all this. And I was
but that has nothing to do with the second one.
Nothing to do with it at all. It's like it's a very and I think it did come in response to somebody going like, why a sequel to this? And he was, and I feel like he's probably pressed to sort of come off as authentic, when really the answer was, they said, we're going to do this one way or the other, and you can be involved or not. And he was like, I'll be involved. And they wrote him a check. And he was,
and I don't begrudge him that. Like, if someone wanted to give me a bunch of money to stay involved in the thing I made, sure, why the fuck not?
I know, right?
The Christian part of it, I do find really obnoxious, because the movie in general is sloppy and pointless, and there's, just completely unnecessary. But this Christian agenda at the end, and I feel like this is becoming a little more common. You see this in every fucking James Wan movie, where he's just like, and also Jesus.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where that, if it's a growing influence or if it's just the James Wan influence. But in this case, I don't think James Wan is involved. I mean, it's just
not in this. No, I think it's just maybe it's just in the zeitgeist.
It's a Blumhouse movie, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he has anything to do with it, because that's
maybe Jason. It's just a convenient out too. It's a very easy kind of trope to fall back on. The power of Christ compels you, and you're done.
It's so fucking weird, because that is a movement and a moment in horror that exists very much in the 80s, or if you're doing like a vampire thing, but all of a sudden we're seeing it all over the fucking place.
I think it might be a sneaky rise of like, kind of right-wing ideology.
It does seem like, in spite of the fact that the Republicans, the Republicans are firmly in control of the government, like they have not won the fucking culture war. The culture
and
fucking
never
hates
will,
them,
for that matter.
But industry still fucking rises up to meet them, despite that. It's so strange to me.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. Yeah, I thought this movie, it was just not good. It was just. There's so many on my list where I'm just like, this was just not a necessary thing. Like, this does no good for anybody.
I think that is ultimately what ends up putting it on this list for me, is I did not hate it, but I will not. There's no situation in the world where I will go back and watch this movie.
Yeah. No, me either.
No.
Well, I'm going to hit you with my first one.
Okay.
Fear Street Prom Queen.
Oh my God. Okay. That is also on my worst stuff list. That is the one that I disliked the most.
Wow. The most. I'm saving that one for the end of this list.
Because let me tell you, those other Fear Street movies, they're good.
Yeah.
They're good movies. I enjoyed them. There's
rewatchability. There's a sense of fun. There's a kind of this nostalgia. It's great.
The whole trilogy thing was a little unexpected. I like that there's a sort of a narrative connectivity between each one of them. They're all very well made movies.
Woman directed.
True.
Love stuff like that.
Little queer.
Yeah.
You know, the thing that and also the fact that they're so rooted in sort of like the 80s and 90s thing, because, you know, a couple of them have that whole thing going on, didn't bother me that much. This one, I have no idea anything about the person who made this movie, but
you mean AI?
I guarantee you that this person was born in the last 25 years, because
somebody fed this into like a computer and we're like, hey, what were the 80s like? And then they were like, you know, spit back a bunch of cliches and they were like, great, there's my movie.
Yeah. Because what was it last year? Because there were a couple last year that also hit me the same way. Where Lisa Frankenstein
didn't see it.
Did the same thing where it was like, it's Hotline Miami. It's the whole synthwave electro shit. You know, where it's fucking pastels and neon colors and. A lot of it is the same thing. I guess it's based on a fucking actual R.L. Stine novel.
Oh wait, Lisa Frankenstein or
no. Fear Street is.
Oh yeah, Fear Street is, yeah.
But the parallel between Lisa Frankenstein is the same thing, where it's just like, this is not what the fucking 80s was like. And I know that that looking back, because horror has its sort of real kind of root. The moment where I think modern horror kind of takes root is in 1980 with the release of Friday the 13th.
Yeah, that's the golden age.
That's where everybody is constantly looking back to. But as we get further and further away and the filmmakers are getting younger and younger, they're still sort of looking back on it, but through the lens of like analog horror or, shit you see on TikTok and stuff like that. And it's just, this is not an accurate representation of the 1980s. I know that probably doesn't fucking matter to anybody but me.
It actually should matter, because here's the deal. If you weren't there, it's fine to make a period piece from whenever. If you're 22 years old, you can write a story that takes place in 1847. But if you're going to do that, you need to do a fuckload of research on 1847 so you know what you're talking about.
You got it right. It's a tightrope. It's a tightrope, because you either get it right or you're Rob Eggers.
I mean, Rob Eggers has got his head up his ass. I don't think so. But no. It's, you need to know what you're talking about so you don't come across looking like an idiot or sounding like, sort of like tragically naive, which this movie absolutely does. Because it's a real like, hey, remember the 80s?
I remember.
It's like, God damn it, this is awful. And because it's not just that they are doing nostalgia poorly, it's that they're doing nostalgia poorly and with a bad story that makes no fucking sense, and it's just one trope after another.
Here's the fucking thing about R.L. Stine. He wrote like 5 books a week, and his books, they were very, very popular among like 13-year-olds. They're very popular among 13-year-olds who don't know jack shit about shit. And so like quality doesn't fucking matter. Just get it out there and have it be
And when he wrote those
horror.
Books, he was like a 48-year-old man. So it's not like he's some hot young writer being like, this is my world I'm writing about. It's like, no way, man. His world was the 60s.
Oh, I know. I don't want to get too wrapped up in the kids these days shit, but like that is really kind of the thing. Because on top of just being aesthetically fucking predictable and stupid, the movie was boring. Again, it was also predictable. And
I fell asleep multiple times.
It's another fucking slasher with a twist ending. And like, if you don't see the twist coming, like, maybe see a doctor, because
because you're a dummy.
Because it's just, there was a little bit of hype behind this one, and again, like I feel like there's a kind of a middle ground on this one, that like a lot of people were just like, fuck this shit, but there are also a lot of people who were like, this is my jam, and I have a feeling that a lot of that divide, that kind of fan divide, lands on how old you are.
Probably. And like, what is your experience with the genre in general?
Right.
If all you know is whatever's come out in the last 10 or 15 years, then this probably seems I don't know, pretty fresh or whatever. But like, if you've seen every movie they are ripping off shamelessly, it's tired.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, there were a bunch of these. There were a bunch of these that came out this year, and they all.
And I'm gonna talk about every one of them.
All fucking missed with me. For mostly for the same way as I feel like there's just sort of like a generational expectation, and I am not among that sort of the generational spread, which is fine, you know.
Well, what's your next one?
My next one. Have you seen Marshmallow?
No, I saw that on the list and I was like, that is a silly name.
It's a very silly title. This one, again, kind of high on my list, mostly because I didn't super dislike it, but mostly because it left me with fucking nothing. Like when a big problem I had with doing this list is there was a huge lull in the middle of the year when it didn't feel like a lot of horror movies were coming out. And so there's a shitload of movies that came out very early in this year, and then a bunch that came out towards the end of this year. And this one came on kind of early on, and I had to fucking struggle to remember what this movie was about.
Yeah, I had to look up a lot of these.
So this one it's set up in the same way where it's like it's kids at a summer camp. There's, all of them, they seem to, there's the kind of, but they're all young. They're not like teenagers. And there's like the nice girl and the sort of shy nerdy kid who gets fucked with and the kind of aggressive bullies. And it's trope city in that way. And
they're all riding bikes.
And no, it's not, it's not that dire, but it gets to a point where, they start to tell like a campfire story because it's
I vaguely remember this coming out,
and it's about a mad doctor who like kidnaps the kids for medical experimentation or something like that.
Dr. Marshmallow,
Dr.
DBS.
They but then the kids start disappearing, and then it sort of unfolds in this way where like the count, like I don't want to give it too much away because it's a movie from this year. I don't want to spoil it too much, but it had like twists inside of twists inside of twists, and the fucking premise at the end when it is revealed what is actually going on is because this whole movie you are led to believe that these kids are being snatched from their bunks from, once they realize there's something horrible going on, they're all running around the campground like trying to escape the fate. And it seems that they're all being killed like one after another. And then it fucking turns that on its head in a way that I found fucking exhausting. And I was a little angry that their big reveal at the end was what it was because it's unbelievably fucking dumb. And it asks a lot of the viewer to excuse. I could not fucking stand this movie. It was unreal.
Well, speaking of twists upon twists, I'm going to hit you with the one I was talking about before.
Okay.
This is a movie. It is a Tubi original.
Oh, shit.
And it is called Glamping. And I would not have included a Tubi original on this list because it seems a little unfair. But this was so egregious. So if I didn't know any better,
I can't. I love Tubi because I can go there and watch pretty much anything. Mm-hmm. But when it says Tubi original, I don't have it in me.
Oh, I love them. They're garbage. But this one, the reason I'm including this. So we put it on. It was like we had already watched a couple of movies last night anyway, or a movie. And I put this on just to kind of have something on. And if I didn't know better, I would have thought this was written by AI. It turns out in reality, it was written by a younger person. She does not appear to have many. I think there was one other writing credit. She is a PA on a lot of reality TV. So not a lot of experience.
That's a leap for, in terms of like credit and career evolution.
It is a tired ass trope of, young woman wants to be in Instagram famous, wants to be an influencer. And so it's got a real heavy handed anti-social media, warning message. And and it's so heavy-handed, it's so eye-rolly, and like the characters are all thoroughly unlikable cliches. The tone is fucking insane. Like they're supposed to be, it's like a group of friends go camping, slashing ensues. They're supposed to be friends, but they all seem to hate each other a lot. But then like 5 minutes later, they'll be like, yes, bitch. And it's like, whoa, hold on. 5 seconds ago, you had a gun in that guy's face. And there's one dude who is like so obviously a homosexual man, and yet the movie wants us to believe that he is like a ladies' man.
Okay.
It's probably just bad casting, but I don't know.
Again, to be original.
But there are, by the end of this movie, there are so many twists that I could not keep up anymore. Michael and I both made predictions as to the identity of the killer. And despite our identifying two different people, we were somehow both right. Because they would do the twist and then another twist and then another twist. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, just wrap this shit up. It was wild that it just kept going and going in the weirdest way. And it's like a bizarre ending that, I mean, you see the shit coming from like miles away, but it was like, oh my God, who wrote this? And why did they make this into a movie? Terrible. Everyone should go watch it.
It sounds horrific.
Yeah.
Let's see. My next one is Heart Eyes.
Oh, that's actually I think in my good
I hated
category.
it. I hated it. I hate it because now we're starting to get into like the area of my list where I was just like, fuck this shit. No more fucking twists. No more twists in a slasher movie. Just make a fucking slasher movie. You don't gotta.
Oh, and that was a twist where you're like, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, and then especially, no fucking slasher movie fusions.
Ooh.
Like the whole thing where like it's a slasher movie, but it's also a romantic comedy. It also doesn't work as a romantic comedy.
No, so this one would have made it on my mid list, except I need for the purpose of a social media asset, I needed 10 films in for the good category, and I did not have them.
So you elevated it just a little bit.
Yeah, this one would have been in my mid category. There's nothing new.
I'm going to be interested to know like how it sort of ended up there for you, because also there's a thing that the thing that just, and this is just fucking old man yelling at cloud shit, but the thing with the old slasher movies is the killer just finds a fucking mask. It's a bag. Mm-hmm. It's a hockey mask that he found.
This thing is elaborate as hell.
It's got light up shit on it. It's like Daft Punk in a slasher movie, you know?
Yeah. No, it's extremely stupid.
It's all these dumb bespoke masks, because it's not just this. There's some other ones where the mask is they're trying to make it so that you remember it. They're trying to get another fucking ghost face, you know,
in a violent nature or whatever.
Same nature thing. was the same.
Where
thing.
I'm like, you think this hillbilly made this steampunk mask?
Oh no! In that one, he found it in a museum because it was a firefighter. It's an old firefighter's mask, right. You know, but the same sort of thing where it was like they're trying to sort of make a mask that really sticks with you in the same way that like Ghostface did,
right.
That Jason's did, you know.
Yeah, so I wanted to like this because Christopher Landon wrote it, and I want Christopher Landon to be better than he is. More on that later, everybody. There's nothing new here. It is pretty nostalgic. There's a little bit of stunt casting going on. The only thing I thought this really had going for it was I thought Mason Gooding, I think, is a pretty good actor. And he is relentlessly charming and pretty attractive. And so he's doing a lot of heavy lifting. I thought he and Olivia Holt have some decent chemistry. They're kind of flirty. They're kind of fun to watch. But no, it's a little too zany. The character design is too much. The ending is like obscenely derivative of every fucking 90s slasher ever made.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, there's nothing original about this movie at all. This feels like you are an older person trying to appeal to a young audience.
Yeah.
But I thought that Mason Gooding he really does deliver a lot in this.
It's the same. For me, it's the same problem as, there have been a few of these, like It's a Wonderful Knife.
Oh, I hate it.
And, God, what was the one? Shit, I actually liked it the first time we did this. It was the one with Kieran Shipka. The time travel one.
What the fuck was that called?
God damn it.
I keep wanting to say Freaky Friday, but that's not it. I know the one you're talking about. It was good.
That one I actually liked.
It was Happy Death Day, but it was fun.
Exactly. Like
and she like there's one character in it who happens to be a very talented young actor who is very charming, and that is her.
Yeah, liking that movie makes me a humongous fucking hypocrite because it's the same fucking thing where I'm shitting on a movie that's a fusion of a couple of different genres. And I've also previously, in this very episode, raged against the sort of 80s nostalgia stuff because that movie does all of that shit, and I liked it.
There's a way to do it with some kind of subtlety. You know, you can be a little less. That one has
no subtlety. I think the thing is it just got there first. It has some great characters in it, and I like, and she's just in a lot of stuff that I happen to like. So
she's a good actor.
Yeah. So
I'll hit you with a quick one that I'm pretty sure you didn't see.
Okay.
Brute 1976.
Did not.
So this was a blind buy. This was distributed by Vinegar Syndrome. And I saw it. It's a new label that's like kind of like it's slants heavily towards like queer creators. So I was like, all right, fuck it. I'll give it a chance. It kind of looked like a gay Texas Chainsaw ripoff.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, that sounds interesting. But it was a pretty big disappointment. It felt like a Tubi original. The problem that I had with it was it feels cheap as fuck, which I can forgive because people make low budget movies all the time.
Listen, there's plenty of cheap ass movies that I love.
Yep. But it felt like the filmmaker and the cast never really took what they were doing very seriously.
That's not good.
If the production team can't take their movie seriously, I don't know why I should, and I didn't.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it ends up being kind of a big letdown. And I was like, well, that sucked. But that was about it. I was just like, it was not a very good movie. Yeah. They tried, but hey.
They did their best.
And their best was really pretty abysmal.
It was not enough. So here's one for you. Did you see Night of the Reaper?
No.
Okay.
Terrible name, though.
All right. So it's another one I'm gonna have to fucking dance around because it's fucking it twists. So many twists. I'm sick of twists. Just make a fucking slasher movie.
Yeah, the best thing about horror movies is when I know exactly who it is.
Look, it doesn't have to be a deconstruction. Get that shit out of here. You know, we've done that. We've been there.
Do you know why I think we are particularly annoyed by those this year? Is on the other end of these lists, there are some remarkably creative films.
That's the thing that stuck out to me is the movies that I liked, the movies that I really, really liked. Mm-hmm. They're just, one of them is as simple as a horror movie gets.
I mean, and there's on that list, there is also like reboots of franchises that ended up being really delightful.
Right?
So when we get this bullshit, it's a lot harder to forgive it because it's like, well, it's for younger audiences. It's also just a badly made movie. Sometimes that's just all they are, is like, you're not very good at this yet.
Well, that's the thing is this is another one that I seem to be alone on this one. I found it very tiring. I because you haven't seen it, I have to be very vague about it.
I've not even heard of it.
It's another Shudder thing. Shudder had a lot of really a ton of like original stuff, and this was one of them. But the thing about it is it's a very well made movie. It's competently presented. But the thing
which sometimes makes it even worse.
It's the fucking the tone was even a little grimy and bleak. It has a little bit of a true crime thing kind of attached to it that was sort of working in its favor. But once they fucking reveal what's going on, like the big sort of flowering of the plot, I was just like, God damn it, just make a slasher movie. It doesn't, its whole thing was
they don't all have to be Scream.
It's not even, it doesn't even really go into it that way. It's just, they're trying to do something different. And I'm sure that's great with most viewers. It just was not with me. And I thought that it was impossible that the way that everything was orchestrated at the end would have worked out. Also, that girl gets the shit beat out of her in a way that there's no fucking way she wasn't going to the hospital the first time. So, yeah. Night of the Reaper, did not fucking care for it. Good God.
All right, I'm going to hit you with another Tubi original. This time.
So this is why your list is so long.
Well, no, this time because I actually just want to give this one a mention because it's actually not that bad. This is it's another R.L. Stine. It's R.L. Stine's Pumpkinhead.
Okay, I heard about this one, did not see it.
So it's Tubi original, and there's not much to say about this. It's kind of standard, low budget, has that kind of made for TV vibe, like late 90s, mid 90s, made for TV, kind of kids, like kind of nostalgic around the R.L. Stine stuff. It's a little young adulty, but the reason I wanted to add it is that, however cheap and not great this movie was, for a kids movie, it goes pretty hard. And it has a bummer of an ending.
No shit.
And so,
right.
so if nothing else, I'm glad to see people who kind of aren't really willing to pander to children or pull their punches. Like it's a young adult movie. And it's very much feels like it. It feels like a kind of the thing you'd see on Fox on Saturday afternoon or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not good. It's not for me, but
I'll tell you what, like I can definitely get behind a movie that is just like, you know what? Maybe kids don't necessarily need to expect a happy ending,
Yeah, sometimes your parents do die. It's going to happen to you, kids. Yeah, so did I like it? No, I thought it was kind of stupid. But they are, trying to make something for kids that's a little bit scary and that has some fucking teeth to it. And I appreciated that, if nothing else.
Fucking Fear Street prom queen is definitely not getting it done.
Nope.
Let's see. Next one. Clown in a Cornfield?
That's going to be on my mid list.
Okay. I thought it was completely charmless. Also, sick to death of clowns.
Yep.
Absolutely fucking sick of clowns.
Yeah. This is a very, very, even beyond the clown in the cornfield part, this is such a well-worn premise that it has been done on television, in movies. I would be surprised if there's like a fucking stage show.
My thing with this one, though, mostly is this is one that it was just not made for me, which is totally fine. I am glad that younger viewers have something that is sort of being directed at them. I'm fine with the 100 years of horror that I have to explore. If a few of them aren't made with me in mind, it's fine. I'm still going to see them and I'm still going to judge the shit out of them like this one.
That is essentially where we landed. We finished this and was like, well, this one obviously is not for us. I think we're maybe a little too old.
It's based on a young adult novel.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's where it's starting from. And
I'll never turn down a teen slasher, though. Like, I just don't have it in me to turn it away.
Hey, maybe they'll surprise you. You never know.
This one didn't.
It didn't. It didn't.
It had some,
when the big reveal happened, I was like, oh my God, really?
Yeah, it's fucking dumb as hell. You're like, of course that's what's going on. This has happened in everything ever made. It's competently made. It has some decent gore.
Yeah.
I like
that is something that you can definitely expect out of a lot of this modern stuff. Like even this kind of like mid and like a little bad bullshit. They're coming at you with some hard stuff, and I can appreciate that.
Yeah, and I did like that. There is some nice gay representation in a way that doesn't feel gratuitous.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's always appreciated. Like, I like that you sort of get to the end and he's like, why did you assume I was straight? And also I'm not. And
yeah, that part did stick out to me.
And I was like, all right, well, that's kind of nice. It's nice that they don't make it a fucking, serious plot point. You can just have the character be this and point to the fact that it's like, hey, you made some assumptions, lady, not me.
Yeah.
So I appreciated that. Otherwise, yeah, I thought it was pretty dumb.
Yeah.
What do I got? What do I got here on this here? Talked about glamping. I'm saving that one for a little bit.
Queens of the Dead.
Nope, saving that one.
Okay.
No, fuck it. You did it. You brought it up. Let's do it.
I did not see Queens of the Dead. That one, I was curious for the same reason that I stayed away, and that is it's a legacy film.
Sure is. That might be the problem.
And that's the thing is, just because it's George Romero's daughter doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be fucking good.
And I know the gays might come for me, but I have to speak my truth on this one from my heart, okay? This movie is not very good. But that's not really my problem with it. The bigger issue is that it feels like such an obvious cash in on Romero's legacy and a lazy take on queer horror.
That's the thing that really kind of put me on guard is drag is such a thing right now. That it feels like such a collision of like, hey, do you like RuPaul's Drag Race? Sure you do. Do you like George Romero? Yeah. Hey, why not watch a movie made by his daughter about drag queens? And it's like two great tastes that taste great together. Maybe. I don't know. Here you go. You guys figure it out.
You just summed up the entire movie. That is literally all that it is. There was nothing new here. You know, it's a perfectly competent director. Yeah. She's fine. She's directed a fine film. It looks decent. It's not terrible. But we have seen this trapped by zombies thing a million fucking times. And if this is your first outing, why are you doing something so obvious?
At this point, you gotta do something different. If you're gonna do zombies, you gotta fucking do it a little bit differently. And like, where I'm kind of on when slasher movie, like so far I've been on these new slasher movies asses for doing just that.
Right.
But zombies, you can't just do a siege movie, and it can't come with a fucking sensational.
Right. If you think all it takes to get me to pay attention is to put some gay people in a movie, that's
kind of insulting. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, you know, on the upside, there is some pretty decent acting in this. Katie O'Brien she's really great.
What's she in?
I can't remember. Something else I saw very recently. She's really good in it though. She's like seems like a very good actor.
Yeah.
Jack Haven from I Saw the TV Glow is in it.
Cool.
They're pretty good. These are sort of welcome presences, but like neither performance is enough to make this feel like anything more than Tina Romero exploiting her father's legacy. And I know that sounds shitty, but like just because you put a drag queen in a fucking zombie movie and slap Of the Dead on it, like fuck off. Try harder. This is bad.
Yeah. So let me hit you with, okay, so I've only got 3 more in this category, and these ones have these ones bad label is very well earned.
Okay.
All right. These are not just not for me movies.
I'm pretty sure you didn't see my worst of the year. So
okay. I'm excited. No, but VHS Halloween.
Oh, that's in my mid, but I think I probably would have bumped that down into a bad.
The thing is
this particular one.
These are very, because I think I did VHS 85 last time, or like the year before. And
we both had that in the middle.
The thing with these movies is they are, by their very nature, because it's an anthology, they're mixed bag. You know,
yeah, it is an annual exercise in mediocrity at this point.
In this one, for me, this time, one of them worked.
Which one?
The
Too Many Cooks one?
No, that was my least favorite.
I thought that one was dumb as hell. I'm like, look, he's not a horror director. He thinks he is, but he's not.
I think he is. I think Too Many Cooks was fucking weird as hell. It was very... it appeals to a very particular sensibility in me.
It takes a lot to make a stew.
He
gonna be stuck in your head forever.
He also... Too Many Cooks. He also did the Adult Swim Yule Log, which is like one of the most aggressive movies I've ever seen.
He's weird, but sometimes weird isn't just being weird in itself is not enough.
It works for me. He also did the Cheddar Goblin bits from Mandy. So I was ready for that one to be good. It was the fun size one. And that was the one that I liked the least. Mm-hmm. The one that I liked the most was the very first one.
I thought the Framing Story, the Phantasma Soda one, I think that was kind of funny.
I couldn't stand it.
I just think it's funny because it's like people's heads exploding.
The thing is the wraparound stories in the VHS movies are usually pretty fucking dumb anyways, so whatever. But yeah, like this one just not like none of them worked, and some of them were worse than others.
Yeah. This particular one was, I think, pretty bad.
I think they're just out of, I think this whole premise is kind of out of gas at this point.
Yeah. What I liked about it previously is that they do go out of their way to include women and other minorities. They include like very non-American directors and a kind of like non-white cast a lot of the time, which that's nice. But it has gotten progressively sillier. Like, it started out as a pretty straight up horror franchise, and it's gotten a little slid into like silly territory in a way that I'm like, all right, this is just dumb now.
Yeah.
Like, you're not taking any of this very seriously at this point.
Right.
So.
No, the one that I did like was the very first one. It was the one where they go into the house with the sort of monster mother and the weird mutant babies.
Yeah.
And all the babies look like that JD Vance meme.
Yeah. Yes. It was very reminiscent of the last one with the dogs. I'm like, this is just kind of dumb.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's when it does work, I like it a lot because I do like an anthology. And
I don't. I generally hate them.
God, when a short works, man, like a person figures out how to work in like limited amount of time to tell like a full story that like sticks with you. It's quite a feat. It's just not this time.
No, I feel you. I think I was trying to be a little less dichotomous in my list, and so I think I was sort of like, let's bump some of these up a little bit, so I don't seem like such a fucking grump all the time. But hey, what am I if not consistent? Let's talk about a movie called Vicious.
I did not see this one either.
Okay, this is Dakota Fanning. This is a forgettable film starring a recognizable lead. Like, I could easily get this confused with any one of a handful of forgettable movies that came out this year. It had a very similar plot. Just that movie Wish Upon.
Nope.
Came out like, I don't know, 10 years ago maybe. Yeah, it's just girl sort of finds herself in this terrible game with like a mystical box.
Ooh. Oh, so it's like a little supernatural.
Yeah, it's it's like magic-y, supernatural kind of thing. Honestly, there just isn't much to say. It's not good. It's not terrible. It's just kind of meh.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, there's so many of those already that I was just like, well, that was an hour and a half.
That certainly was one of the movies of all time.
Well, that was a movie.
And I'm so glad that this fucking series is over. I can't believe that I actually fucking watched this one, Hell House LLC Lineage.
Okay.
Because these ones, the very first one, I think is a very good found footage movie.
I mean, is it over? Do we know that it's over? Because I am not convinced he can make another movie.
Here's why. Because the ending was supposed to tie everything up, and just bring it all back. It fucking doesn't, because God damn it. Those movies are so fucking confusing at this point.
And stupid.
The first one I think is really good. The middle two, this is the fifth one, I think.
Oh my God.
Or I might be wrong about that, but the part 2 and 3 are terrible because they introduce the whole Carmichael Manor thing, which needlessly complicates this fucking story.
If you're going out of your way to like write an entirely new backstory, just make another movie. Yeah. Make a different movie. This is done. You're done with this.
Right. And then I liked the fourth one. I thought it was perfectly fine.
Is that the one where it's like back in the 60s or whatever?
Yeah. No. That was another haunted Carmichael Manor
movie.
I
get all of them fucking confused.
And then,
I can tell the first one. That's it.
And then this one is again, it's trying to sort of fuse all of these sort of plot threads together into one, and it fucking fails miserably. And there's a huge, like, gaping wide open ending at the end, which is like, hey, if they want to make more Hell House LLC movies, they certainly can.
I thought the characters in this movie were fucking terrible. They're so unlikable.
Everybody's the fucking worst. Everybody's the fucking worst. And again, if you're going to put the fucking emphasis on this big haunted manor, the clown thing's gotta go.
Right. Because it's either clown or haunted house. It can't be both.
Because it works. It worked in the very first one because,
it's a hat on a hat.
It's a haunt attraction. They've got different like themed sets and stuff like that. Like the one that I work has fucking clowns in it, in spite of the fact that it also has witches and a fucking evil
it's a haunted hat on a haunted hat.
Yeah, it's just there's too much going on in these fucking movies, and also another thing that drives me fucking crazy. It's the flashback scenes are all set in 1989, and everybody is filming everything with Super 8 cameras. Mm-hmm. And it's like, God damn it.
Because it looks grainy and spooky.
But like to who? Because that is
To people who have never actually seen anything shot on that.
Aesthetic that is drifting further and further into the rearview mirror. VHS analog horror is the shit on YouTube, and it is something that young viewers are very familiar with. Give them fucking video cameras, because that's what they had in 1989. God damn it!
Right.
It's overwritten. There's just too much fucking going on, and none of it is fucking satisfying.
Yeah, I thought the writing was terrible. I thought the pacing was terrible. I thought that, there's no tension because you don't like any of the characters. So if something bad happens to them, I don't care. Actually, on the contrary, by the end of this movie, I just wanted bad things to happen to them. I wanted anything to happen.
Somebody throw a pie.
It really was that. The fact that this guy keeps making the same movie over and over again feels like pretty solid evidence that maybe he's not as talented as people seem to think he is.
I know. I think it's a touch over 90 minutes. It feels well over 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
Let's keep that train rolling then. Did you see his other movie that he made?
No, because he did make a not Hell House movie, right?
Well, yes, sort of. It's called 825 Forest Road. It is terrible. I think it's time for us all to acknowledge that he's a bit of a one-trick pony with some pretty fucking hacky ideas.
Right.
So this movie had a million plot holes. It is like absent anything resembling scares, and it doesn't even really offer anything compelling, and as far as characters or story. It's like, it's a movie that inexplicably just keeps repeating itself over and over again, to the point where you start to think maybe he doesn't know how to make a movie outside of the extremely forgiving found footage genre.
Maybe.
It's just bad. Like, it is, instead of making 2 movies that year, he could have just focused on making one really good one.
Right.
And I bet it wouldn't have been that good either.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Like, it was just, it's more characters that you don't really care for because they're a little bit awful. It's really cliche in terms of like its character like development. They're just like, oh, you're young, fucking late millennials, and you're moving into your first house, and oh, she has mental health problems. Like, for fuck's sake, I've seen this a million times.
Was it also found footage?
No, but it does feel like it at times.
God damn it, yeah.
Yeah, it is just, this guy, Stephen Cognetti, hey, maybe he'll surprise us next time, but so far, I have seen him make one movie where I was like, yeah, it was fine. Yeah. And then I have seen him make that same movie over and over again, just each time. It's like a copy of a copy of a copy. Each time I'm like, I can't even tell what you're doing anymore.
No good.
Or why I keep watching those.
It's no good. No. So my last one in the bad column.
Okay.
The Monkey.
Whoo, boy.
Listen. I hated Long Legs last year.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking hated Long Legs last year. I keep seeing people.
I think we were both in agreement that was the worst movie of last year.
Last year, my least favorite was In a Violent Nature, but
Long
Legs was up there. It was real close. I just don't think Osgood Perkins is a good filmmaker, and I am dying for people who are like, because whenever a new like one of it, because again, he seems to be making a lot of fucking movies right now, like a new one.
He made 2 movies last year.
Yeah, and so people like other horror fans are like, oh shit, like another Osgood Perkins movie? Yes. And I'm like, explain this to me, because I'm going
to explain it to you right now. I think he is like M. Night Shyamalan. I think he's like Diablo Cody. He is someone who got lucky once, and now everyone is convinced that he is like the hottest leading voice in horror, and just wait for that next one. That next one's really going to blow you away.
Not for me. Not for me. This movie is Osgood Perkins's Final Destination. It is, because the original story, it's based on a Stephen King short.
Mm-hmm.
That story's like 10 pages long.
And it's nothing at all like this.
Very.
The
original framing narrative is what they use.
Clapping monkey.
Yep. And that just bad things happen when the cymbals clap. And then a guy throws it into a bag and puts it in a lake.
Which is what you do with all haunted objects, including a bunk bed.
All cursed objects, including the bunk bed, throw in the lake. It's got to go in the lake. I mean, where else are you going to put it? But
I thought this movie had, at best, if I'm being charitable, it had some kind of fun gore.
That's the thing. Like, but at the same time, Final Destination Bloodlines more than like delivers on that.
Yeah, the writing in this movie was atrocious. The tone seemed to like whip back and forth between serious and comedic, which doesn't work for a movie that is ostensibly trying to say something profound about like parenting and like family trauma, and like in the end it's boring and exhausting.
Yeah. What it felt like to me was Diet Mike Flanagan.
Yeah.
And like I like Mike Flanagan just fine.
He's fine, I guess.
Maybe it was I don't know, maybe it was the Stephen King influence on it. I don't know, but
no, I thought this movie was fucking terrible. I thought the writing was atrocious, and it was just like, it was one of those ones where I'm like, you're not doing anything. You think you're doing something, but you're not.
Yeah.
Like you know how to point a camera at something. That's cool. I don't, but I know what's good and what's not good.
It's not good.
And also, like, I think if you look at the kind of critical appraisal of a lot of these movies, and some of them don't get that far, but this one did. And a lot of people were like, hey, man, maybe, I don't know, take a break or something. Take a couple months off.
At the very least, it definitely, I do feel like I'm not alone on this one, but probably just not, at least I sort of stand alone in my sort of passion for my taste of it. Like, I really did not like this one.
No, you don't. I thought this movie was fucking awful. And I don't think he's a good director.
Not me either.
I think he's another one who's sort of trading on his father's fame.
Yep.
And, he has made some movies that are a little bit offbeat, and that's fine. But, like, that doesn't make a movie good.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
well, what else you got?
Oh, boy. I got a bunch more.
Okay.
But some of them we're going to burn through really quickly.
All right.
How about Control Freak? Did you hear about that one?
No.
So this one actually isn't so bad, but it also isn't so good. It's kind of just forgettable. It's a movie about a kind of high-powered younger woman who she's, I guess, maybe like a self-help kind of guru.
She's like a Mel Robbins.
Yeah, but she's Vietnamese. Well, I think she's Vietnamese American, but like she's Vietnamese, and she kind of finds herself wrapped up in this, again, family trauma where she has a curse on her. It has some really cringe-inducing body horror stuff where you're like, oh, don't do that. Oh, God, don't do that. There's a lot of that. I appreciate that it's a movie that presents sort of non-white stories and centers non-white actors, as in this case, the Vietnamese. It has some legit Vietnamese actors, like native-born Vietnamese actors, and so it does that. But it's mostly just forgettable.
Yeah, that's too
bad. Like it was a Hulu movie.
Okay.
But it wasn't terrible. But if you got the time and you don't have to pay for it, sure, why the fuck not? It Feeds.
Oh, good God. Related to It Follows?
No.
It Feeds.
If you told me the name of this movie and asked me to describe the premise, there is at least a 50% chance I would describe that movie vicious.
Great.
And that is to say, this is another forgettable film. Now, it's a generally inoffensive story that's biggest sin is that it's reminiscent of so many other movies.
Yeah, that'll get you, man.
Like it is a middle-class white woman with a psychic gift who is burdened with having to save some desperate child.
Oh,
it's not terrible. It's just forgettable.
Go medium.
Yeah, it's just like.
wish I could talk to ghosts. That'd be sweet.
I think I've got just a couple more. So Wolfman.
Oh, shit. Okay. I wanted to see it, but everybody hated it. And so I didn't bother.
All right. Setting aside the technical challenge of the monster itself.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't understand why so many people have fucking whiffed this remake.
This
feels like an obvious slam dunk.
These are foundational pieces of horror.
You don't have to do anything.
It's not that hard. It's not that fucking hard to do this stuff. Those movies are 70 minutes long, and they are some of the most memorable horror movies ever fucking made. And it's not even like the original Wolfman rests on a fucking on something cool like the transformation scene. It's a fucking dumb exposure trick that they use in that. But that movie is fucking.
Don't underestimate that exposure.
But man,
some cool shit.
But they keep trying to bring them up, and they just complicate them. Like,
well,
wait. I guess Invisible Man was okay.
But so okay, I think he took whatever he did in that and was like, "Hey, I'm just going to do the same thing here."
Wait a second, was Wolfman also Lee Whannell? Oh,
yep.
Okay.
And it has Julia Garner in it. I like her a lot.
She's great. She's fucking fantastic. Features in one of the best movies of the year.
Yep. But no, this entire movie felt like it was shot in a pitch dark warehouse.
Oh God.
You cannot see anything. The transformations are a little gory and kind of fun, but otherwise it is not even remotely frightening. It feels like it's not even trying to be. It seems like he's so much more interested in doing another It's All About Trauma and like some psychological nonsense that is frankly very tired at this point.
That worked in The Invisible Man because the core Invisible Man story is about a fucking criminal, a bad guy.
Yeah, it's about a guy who loses his mind and becomes a like kind of violent terrorist.
Yeah.
This is not that, and yet he still tries to do it. And so like, I think the worst thing is like you took a classic monster movie and you made it boring.
God, how do you make a werewolf movie boring? Well, Jack Nicholson did it too, but what the fuck?
But it's worse than that.
Because like they keep trying to do that. They have not hit up Dracula again. We've got a Frankenstein movie that worked out very well, but they tried. Yeah, but
they did Nosferatu, which is kind of the same.
I guess kind of. But
that had some redeeming qualities.
They tried to do it with the Mummy again. Mm-hmm. With the Tom Cruise one, and just missed. This whole dark universe thing is just a massive disappointing whiff.
Which is weird because, like, look, these movies at their core, they are adventure stories. Yes, they're horror stories, but they're really adventure stories.
They're super pulpy. They're just like,
they're not like, metaphors for trauma. I mean, that doesn't mean they can't be metaphors and that you can't use this to talk about other things. It's that you're not doing it very well. You're doing it with this sort of like kind of like ham-fisted way. It was awful.
Yeah.
This was pretty close to one of the worst I saw.
That's unfortunate.
Let me just make sure I'm not missing any of the good ones here. I think that leads us to the second worst of the year.
Okay.
This one was almost the worst of the year. That is Drop.
Oh no, because I can't wait to find out what the worst was because you hated this one.
I watched
again, this. I did not watch this one because of your assessment.
Yeah.
Also, it didn't seem terribly interesting to me anyways.
Watch this with 3 other people. And all of us were like irrationally angry by the end. This is another Christopher Landon movie. And I think Christopher Landon and Gillian Jacobs, who wrote this, were going for a kind of fun, slightly campy millennial take on like Hitchcock.
Okay.
But what we end up with is like a preposterous and increasingly tedious story that like tries to walk a line between serious and comedic while also being a story with a premise that is rooted in domestic violence. So it's just like waka waka. Remember when her husband beat the crap out of her? I'm like, I can't. What? No.
Then somebody slips on a banana.
It is honestly, it is that. Like the story unfolds in like a series of unrealistic and increasingly implausible plot points that culminate in this kind of really lame, limp villain monologue and what is perhaps one of the most ridiculous death scenes I have ever seen. And then when you think this movie is over, it just keeps fucking going.
It's no good.
It is awful. And, so aside from being just like egregiously terrible, the only thing that really kept this from taking the worst spot is a fantastic performance from Jeffrey Self as the waiter.
Yeah. Okay.
And like in this dumpster fire of a movie,
so is this movie like done in real time? Because it takes place over the course of a date, right?
It's mostly in real time. There's some flashback stuff. But yeah, it is mostly in real time over the course of their date. And every time he shows up, because he is so delightful in absolutely everything, he's fucking hilarious. And so every time he shows up, he's outstanding. Otherwise, I was just like raging the entire time. Like, this is dumb. This movie is incredibly stupid. How stupid do you think I am that I would like this? And the answer is very, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
And that leaves us with just one.
Ooh, hit me.
I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh, God. I knew it was coming. I knew
this
it was
is
coming.
a hateful film.
I could not bring myself, because when we did this one last year,
Maybe 2 years ago. We did it a while ago.
My whole thing was just like, I didn't really give a shit about this movie when it first came out. I have no emotional attachment to it whatsoever. There was no reason that I would want to actually watch this movie, and it looked crappy on the surface.
This is a wildly cynical production. It is some of the worst writing that I have encountered in a film in a very long time. Like, it is lazy and bad. They're trying to do like the Scream reboot thing.
Yeah.
And it is just so weak, and just watching it felt so arduous. There's like a weird Sarah Michelle Gellar CGI thing that was like super unnatural looking and like shoehorned in there.
Well, like they brought back young Helen Shivers.
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah, it is super weird, except I think it's actually her.
I think she's actually in it, yeah.
Yeah, and it's
so they just
really
de-aged
weird.
her?
Yeah, kind of, and it looks really awful. It's kind of like, you know, when they put Billy Loomis in Scream, except he's actually in the movie.
Yeah.
It's very much like that, where it's like, well, why didn't you just put a ton of like baby powder in his hair too while you're at it? Like a fucking 8th grade play. Like, I think that they were hoping to earn some goodwill by inserting some of the original cast back into the story. But that's a real blown opportunity, since the Ray and Julie characters on this revisit are both fucking awful and insufferable. Like the character of Julie is like just kind of a bitch the whole movie.
Oh, great.
And Ray is like a borderline psychopath who is like bitter and hates her. Like, it just feels, it's so uninspired, unnecessary. It's like you get the impression that this was like some executives saw how well the Scream reboots did, and they just immediately started looking for anything else they could do, except there is nothing new here. There's nothing interesting. If anything, I think that they probably did more harm to this franchise than anything else.
Good God.
It was fucking awful. Like, just so bad. I was shocked by how bad this was.
It seems to me like nobody liked this one, though. So maybe that's the last we'll see of this one, but who knows? It may have made a lot of money. I don't know.
Doubt it.
Oh, boy.
On to the mid.
On to the mid. The mids, the okay. I'll start with...
I got a lot of these, too.
Really? Because I only got a few. This is the thing that really...
I watched a lot of movies this year.
I guess.
According to my Letterboxd, I watched like 270 first watch movies this year.
No shit. I'm in the neighborhood of that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'll start off with another Shudder movie, Ash.
Didn't see it.
Sci-fi thing. It was directed by Flying Lotus.
The music guy?
Yeah.
DJ?
Yeah. And he's in it.
Okay.
Yeah. Visually super fucking interesting to look at. Like, it's very...
I don't know. I don't really know anything about him. I think his music's pretty cool. Seems all right.
I think he's made a bunch of his own videos.
Yep.
And so, it's basically spaceship stranded on a planet. One person wakes up and the entire crew, except for them, is dead. And so they kind of, as the movie goes on, they kind of piece together what happened. And then like some other shit happens. Aaron Paul shows up and,
I don't care for him.
Really?
I don't know what it is. I don't think it's anything in particular. Huh. I think it's just sort of like he's got a kind of bro-y, fratty face, and I'm just kind of like, I just associate it with something bad.
He's fine. He's perfectly fine.
Yeah, no, I'm sure he seems like an okay actor. I just personally, there's something about him that I find off-putting.
Yeah, that guy Iko Uwais, I think is his name, isn't it? He's the guy from like the Raid.
Okay.
He's usually a martial arts actor, and he's involved in some action stuff here. Also,
because the Raid is like a pretty explosive action.
Oh, it's like, it's like one long fight scene from beginning.
Banging soundtrack too, by the way.
Kicks ass. But this is not that. This is a much more subdued thing. A bit of a race against time. But the story is totally fucking nonsense. Kind of predictable. When the pieces all kind of fell into place, I was like, okay, yeah, I was right. But it would, the whole thing, I guess if I were to sum it up, the premise would be like if you woke up in the thing, but everything had just happened and you were the only, like if McCready were to suddenly wake up at the end of the thing and have no memory of what happened.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of those this year where we're like, this just feels like you kind of took someone else's idea and we're like, what if I did something new and exciting with it, but you don't carry it off?
Right. This was fine. It mostly made the list just because it's such a good looking movie.
Okay.
You know, it's just visually very engaging. You know,
I'm on board with that.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It's still available. I think it's still available. Watch it.
I'll hit you with a similar kind of vibe. A movie called Dead Mail.
I never got around to this one. It was on my radar though.
You know, it's a low budget movie that manages to do a lot with very little. There's the sort of two main characters, Sterling Macer and John Fleck.
Wait a minute. No, I do think I did see this one now that I think of it, now that I'm looking at it.
It's like a deeply weird kind of paranoia. I don't even really know how to describe it. He kidnaps him and like locks him in his bathroom and like
they're building
finish.
a synthesizer.
Yes,
I did. I liked this one quite a bit.
So I think it starts out as this sort of like paranoia, like possible insanity thing, but you're never really quite sure. But you're pretty sure, but you're not quite sure. And then unfortunately, they don't really keep it together through the entire thing. I think it sort of goes off the rails at the end into this kind of weird, wild killing spree.
Yeah.
But I think if you've got Shudder and you've got a couple hours to kill, it was worth a watch. It's pretty decent.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah, I liked this one.
It's original. It's good acting.
Very weird premise where it's like, hey, come to my house and we'll build a synthesizer together. Then he holds him hostage.
Yeah, and I like how weird that is. I like the idea that it's like this guy with like a crazy weird kind of fantasy that he has.
So particular, because I think the whole reason that the sort of the kidnapper seeks this guy out is because he made a patch for a synthesizer that he liked, that I think was a brass setting. So like,
it's just like a sound he was looking for and had never heard. And he's like, oh, you're my guy. I need you to help me do this.
Yeah.
And like the guy is like supposed to go have this big fancy job in Japan working for some company. It's a pretty I think an interesting premise. It's original. They just don't hold it together to the end, but it's still worth seeing.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, what you got? Show me your teeth.
Okay, I've got Abraham's Boys.
Didn't see it.
Also Shudder.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Shudder on my mid list.
This one barely made the list. It was almost in my bad column. I moved it up because upon thinking about it, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't terribly offensive or anything like that. Based on another Joe Hill short. I like Joe. I sometimes he's very inconsistent, and sometimes I feel like I'm reading his father's work. But
oh, really? You don't say.
Yeah, but the Abraham in question is Van Helsing.
Yeah,
and in the setup for this one, he has moved from Holland, from the Netherlands, to California, where he lives with his wife, Mina Seward.
Oh,
yeah. Who is extremely paranoid and kind of crazy, and his two sons who are kind of aware that his dad is up to something weird. Okay. But as the movie goes on, again, about halfway through, I was like, oh, God damn it, this better not drop the way that I think it's going to. And then the twist happens, and it was like, motherfucker.
Yep.
It's a pretty wild twist. You could see it coming a mile away.
You think it's the future, but it's really the past.
No. It's not. It's nothing like.
He's his own mom.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's like you've seen it. I don't want to blow it, but it's like, yes, you certainly could. You certainly could interpret the works of Abraham Van Helsing that way, I suppose. Okay. Stars Titus Welliver, who's pretty good.
Don't know who that is.
Let me try to think of what else he's been in. Bosch, that show Bosch.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, that's all I can think of off the top of my head. He's in a lot of stuff. Usually plays kind of like dirtbags.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Great locations, good looking movie. It's cool. It's fine. You know, nothing major, but nothing terribly insulting.
All right. Hey, listen, I just cracked a beer called Smaller Peach. It is from Treehouse Brewing. Y'all, I'm gonna say it might be the best beer I've had this year.
Right.
That's a little interlude there of me giving my best beer of the
Best
year.
beer of the year. Giving them them free promotion.
Yeah, I don't think they need my help. If anything, I'm hurting their sales. I'll give you one that almost made my bad list.
Okay.
That is Presence by Steven Soderbergh.
Oh, really?
This movie made me angry.
Because I got to tell you, when Soderbergh is so hit or miss with me.
This is a big miss.
No shit. Okay. Tell me about it, because I don't know this one.
All right. So were it not for Lucy Liu's performance, because I think Lucy Liu is a great actor, and she seems like a real decent person too, which I like. She kind of holds it together. So he's trying to do something different. He's telling the ghost story from the perspective of the ghost.
Huh. Okay. Which, I've seen some movies like that.
The problem is that, and we will run into this with another movie on my mid list, is that when you tell a story from the perspective of a non-human character, we, the audience, don't have a point of reference. We have nothing to grab onto. And so it always feels like we're sort of just outside of the story.
Okay.
Beyond that, so that's sort of its, like, I think, structural flaw. The characters are not very likable. They're actually, some of them are pretty despicable, if not outright disgusting. It feels very much like, did you see, what's the Richard Matheson story? Kevin Bacon,
Stir of Echoes.
Catherine Erb. Yeah, yep. It has a lot of that going on. It's a horror movie made by a non-horror guy who seems like he's more invested in this exercise than he is in the telling of a horror story.
Entirely possible.
And so it comes across where you're like, I don't care, just fucking wrap it up. It's pretty predictable. You see the ending coming pretty far off, or you're like, all right, I get it. He's a rapist. Surprise.
God damn it.
Yeah, it's just not like he's another one. I'm not a huge Soderbergh fan, but like,
so it's sort of like a mystery that unfolds through the eyes of this ghost.
Yeah, but the ghost gets involved. It starts to feel a little Ghost and Mrs. Muir, but with rape. It's just, it's not. Nobody wanted that.
Nobody wants that.
Rex Harrison isn't a rapist. I don't know. Maybe he was, for all I know.
Just don't go looking him up.
Oh.
So let's see. I've got Together.
Didn't see it.
Really?
This is the Dave Franco?
Yeah, Dave Franco and Alison Brie.
Didn't see it. I like her.
I do.
Dave Franco's fine
He's
too.
fine too. Yeah. Tonally, this movie is a fucking shit show. Because sometimes it's so the whole the basic setup for this is this couple are leaving the city to live in a quiet house, kind of upstate, essentially, like hours away from their life previous. And his whole thing is he's a late millennial who's trying to make a career as a musician happen, and this really kind of puts a strain on them. He doesn't necessarily want to leave, so they have this kind of strained relationship. And so when they get there, they find out that through pure accident, by hiking the trails out behind their place, they fall into this hole where there's I feel like you're describing, I'm thinking of all these other movies that kind of fit this description, and I'm like, oh God, I'm already tired. But when they're in there, something happens to them that causes them to be drawn together in such a way that their bodies start to fuse together into a single person. And then as the movie unfolds, like, they have to resist it, but then it's sort of explained why that happens. It's not a terribly satisfactory explanation, but in spite of all of this obvious body horror setup, it's really funny in parts where it's meant, like, trying to be a comedy.
Okay.
But then
comedy horror is really fucking hard.
But then there's other times when it's like, it's dead serious. It's like a relationship movie. But I thought it was cool, very original. Definitely cannot say that this movie is not original. Narratively, it's undercooked in a way that's very similar to Bring Her Back.
It's A24.
I think it's either them or it's Neon.
No, okay.
Neon's the kind of sleazier version.
I much prefer Neon.
I do too. It's I can't.
A24 can fuck off. I'm just getting a little tired of the relationship drama, family trauma. Like, come on, everybody.
Yeah, no, this was Neon.
All right.
It's good. It's good. The special effects are cool as hell. It's super gross in parts.
I like a gross movie.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need a gross movie.
And it has a wild ending. So, I enjoyed it. I was expecting not to. I think that's why it sort of surprised me.
All right.
But yeah, perfectly functional movie.
All right. I'm going to hit you with a horror comedy. Getaway. Or Getaway.
I don't know this one.
All right. This is Nick Frost.
Okay.
Nick Frost and his family go on like a vacation to an island. It starts out as kind of like it gives you like a very Wicker Man kind of setup.
Okay.
But then midway through the movie, it turns the tables and there's a big twist. And
of course, there's got to be a twist.
Yeah, you can see the twist coming pretty much from the beginning. But Nick Frost is so charming and humorous.
He's so fucking funny
that he's doing a lot of heavy lifting. It somehow, as it goes along, like there's a ton of violence, like a lot of violence, and it's very gory in this very slapstick kind of way. It's pretty entertaining. It's fun, but as it goes along, it feels somehow original and super derivative at the same time.
Okay.
Which is a little odd. And you're getting, Nick Frost doing the Shaun of the Dead hot fuzz kind of.
It's his character.
Yeah, chubby physical comedy guy.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's sort of worth the time, but you got to go in with low expectations. It's that like there's no ending where you'd be like, that was exactly how I wanted it to end. It's sort of like, I don't know. But I don't know. I had totally forgotten about it until I was like looking over the list last night, and I was like, oh shit, that's right, I forgot that one.
Yeah. And then my last one. This is it for me. I had 4 fucking movies in my good column.
All right, let's do it. Let's get into it.
The Shrouds.
I know.
Is it a horror movie? Not really.
Who knows?
Kind of. I guess.
Sort of. By way of. Someone's filmic past, I guess.
This is it's extremely morbid.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
But a cool idea. Like it's a cool premise.
Yeah.
That he doesn't take to any kind of satisfying conclusion.
That's the problem that I have with it is I was like, the thing about Cronenberg that I have always loved is that he is constantly working his own shit out on screen.
Yeah. No, those are his best movies, are the ones where he's drawing from his own life.
And this is definitely one of them. But you can tell that, I think that it's just sort of the nature of loss and grief is that even though this movie doesn't really end in a way that, this movie ends on a complete fucking question mark in a way that I found extremely frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of the nature of grief, isn't it?
Yeah, except I feel like what he was trying to do. So when I was thinking about it again, I was thinking, I wonder when his wife actually. So this is a movie, listener, if you have not seen it, this is a movie that he made a sort of his version of the grieving experience after his wife died. I think she had cancer.
Yeah, she had cancer.
And I thought, did she die relatively recently? And it turns out, no, she died in 2017.
Yeah.
And I think maybe part of the problem is that grief is indeed a thing that does not end. Like that kind of loss, it doesn't have an ending. It just goes on forever in, various ways, lessons and all this stuff. But I think that that's not conducive to filmmaking. And so he made this movie.
We do have an expectation that we're going to hear a story. We're going to see a tale and it's going to have a sort of conclusion. This one does not, it doesn't end on a conclusive note.
Yeah. And I went into this, I think my expectations were way too high.
I think mine were as well.
because I've been on a real Cronenberg kick this last year, like where I've just been rewatching his shit. We are both very outspoken fans of his. I, in particular, love his early movies, the ones that are his more sort of human-centered stories. Yeah. And so I was like, well, fuck yeah, getting back into this. Because I don't really, his latest input has not been great.
I was going to say, once he did A History of Violence, there was a shift in the stories he was telling.
I would say M. Butterfly is really where things start to turn.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say that too. Like in the 90s, he kind of moves away from the stuff that I find very tantalizing, mostly because of how gory and gross everything is. It's like he gets fucking tired of that and starts to tell different kinds of stories that I'm just not interested in.
Yeah, and I mean, I get it. I would certainly, if I was someone like him, I'd probably want to do that too. And obviously he's entitled to do whatever the fuck he wants. I think the premise, this idea of the shrouds is really cool.
Yeah.
It's gross.
It's super gross.
It's weird.
Why the fuck would you want that?
But it is, in a way, it makes a lot of sense in the context of where he's coming from and what the film is trying to accomplish. And it is really cool. And again, if you haven't seen the movie or read about it, the shrouds are like this thing that the character creates so you can basically watch the body of your loved one in the grave.
Yeah.
Sort of wrapped in this technological shroud. Yeah. And it feels a little bit, the problem is it feels a little bit like Existence.
It's
where he's got an idea that he doesn't really know what to do with.
It's the thing is he has a vague understanding of technology.
Yes.
And that's working for him and against him. If it's working against him, if you're sort of aware of what technology can do.
Well, and especially if you want to make it the sort of central premise of your film.
Right.
Like you can, if you want to make a paranoid sort of technocratic nightmare,
the thing that got me,
fine. You don't need to understand it.
The thing that got me very excited about this sort of return was that it is very much like actually not. This is a little bit more like,
it feels very conspiratorial, except in the end, it's not.
It's not. That's the thing. But also, it has like notes of the sort of the cyberpunk stuff that he was putting into like Videodrome and Scanners. Like that stuff's coming back. Tonally and the presentationally, it's a lot more like Dead Ringers.
Yes,
like that, where it's much more
with like a little bit shades of Crash in there as well.
Yeah.
The kind of meanness of Crash.
But in the end, I found it deeply unsatisfying. I was very sad because I want Cronenberg to come back in a meaningful way, or at least a way that's meaningful to me. We may be
what it's about.
We may be past that point with him,
Maybe, probably, But I think with all of Cronenberg's best films, you get the sense that he's growing as a person and as a director. And in this, you don't really feel like he's doing either.
Yeah,
he's just sort of like
he's just hashing something out on screen.
Yeah, and it's not bad. I mean, I'm glad I saw it. I don't know that I would maybe watch it again.
I probably wouldn't watch that one again.
But it's fine.
Yeah.
Well, I got a bunch more.
Let's go.
Let's see. So I gave you Getaway. I gave you Presents. Death of a Unicorn.
I saw this on a flight. And
so you decided not to include it?
No, because I don't think I saw the full movie.
Okay.
It's
it's doing the comedy horror
what
thing.
What I saw was I thought was kind of dumb.
It is. Yeah. It's goofy. Like it's comedy horror, working overtime, leaning pretty heavily into the comedy.
You got
slapsticky.
You got Paul Rudd. You have to.
How do you turn down Paul Rudd?
You can't.
You can't. You'd be a fool to do it.
The thing is, I think
he is every person's dream.
I think that what elevated this, what elevates this sort of out of the bad column for me was mostly that I like him and I like Jenna Ortega quite a bit.
They're both fantastic. The cast in this movie is really what keeps it from being bad.
Yeah,
because it's not just them. It has like it's a bit of an ensemble that I think is Jeffrey Rush in this?
Yes, he is.
He is fantastic. Jeffrey Rush is fantastic in everything. But
he's the bad guy, right?
Yeah. He's like the corporate. It's a satire, and it's a heavy-handed satire at that. Like they practically come through the screen and beat you in the face with metaphor. And their relationship, like the father-daughter.
Oh no, it's not Jeffrey Rush. It's Richard E. Grant.
Yes. Yeah. And I fucking love Richard E. Grant in everything. He's also great.
Yeah.
And so like the father-daughter thing between Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega, it's like, this doesn't feel believable to me, especially since you guys aren't that far apart in age. You're not far apart enough in age. She's a little miscast, I think, because I think that this character is supposed to be younger.
Yeah, I can see that.
She is not. She's probably in her late 20s, and she feels like she's in her late 20s in this one. But the cast is so strong, and the movie is pretty funny. You get some fun gore. It's mostly CGI for obvious reasons. It's about a unicorn.
Yep.
But it's satisfying. So it was fun enough, you know?
Jenna Ortega is 23.
Really?
Yeah.
She's extremely talented.
I love her. She's fantastic.
I think she's great in everything I've seen her in. I think pretty much everything I've seen her in, I think she's great. Except for, I thought X is fucking terrible.
Oh, right, yeah.
But she's good in it. You know, so whatever that's worth.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to hit you with Until Dawn.
Until Dawn. Okay, this is sounding familiar. Let me take this.
So this is based on a video game written by Larry Pheasant.
Oh, wait, is this...
Which I have not played.
Is this the werewolf one?
No, it's monster adjacent.
Okay. Because I think my kids were watching this on YouTube.
Honestly, I remembered so little of this movie. Almost nothing. I had to look it up, and even as I was reading the summary, I was like, I know I saw this, but I don't remember it. Like, it feels like a movie that was probably intended for a bigger release, but got shuffled around, noted to the brink of death, and then like kind of quietly released to very little fanfare.
Okay. That reminded me of, what was it? Werewolves Within.
I like that movie.
Very.
Wait, is that the one with Richard in it?
Richard?
Richard from Veep. I can't remember his real name.
Oh shit, I don't know. It's got
Werewolves Within is also a video game, right?
Werewolves Within
takes place in the middle of the snowy mountainside.
Yeah, it's based on it's an adaptation of the game.
Yeah.
Werewolf or vampire or whatever you call it. It's the one where like, you know, the lights go out and somebody gets killed and then you have to sort of like, it's a secret identity game.
Oh, like the party game.
Yes, that game.
Oh, I didn't know that. I liked the movie. I thought, because I think he is wonderful.
It's got Sam Richardson in it, who I think is fucking hilarious.
And who is Sam Richardson?
He's from the show Detroiters. He was on I Think You Should Leave a lot. He's like a...
the black actor?
Yeah.
Okay, he is Richard from Veep.
Okay.
And he is wonderful. He has pretty much one speed as an actor, and it is the best speed ever.
Yeah. I love that guy.
Like, he plays this very serious... like very awkward, serious guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fantastic. I think it's the same director who made that made this.
Ooh, let me take a look.
This was directed by David Sandberg.
No, this was a guy named Josh Rubin.
Okay, Josh Rubin made something else that we watched.
Josh Rubin, most recently.
He will come up on something else.
He
Bloodlines?
made Hard Eyes.
Oh, yeah, okay. That was it. So yeah, this movie, it felt like it was supposed to be something bigger that didn't end up that way. It's not doing anything new. It's pretty derivative of that early 2000s, like Happy Death Day.
Which is weird because
I
I am familiar with the game that it's based on, and the game is barely a game. It's mostly a movie that you have some control over as a player, but it mostly is a linear narrative that you sort of interact with like QuickTime events. So like,
yeah, I mean,
why make a fucking movie out of that if you've already got it? Like, just get a fucking PlayStation or something.
Yeah, it's nothing special, but it's the kind of thing you could put on while you're doing something else.
Okay.
Cleaning the house maybe
Do a little
or
laundry.
whatever. Yeah, and you won't be disappointed. It's whatever. It's there.
Yeah.
It's a movie.
Yeah, there is a werewolf one that I'm thinking of that is very similar, but it's a game, not a movie. But it's the same sort of thing.
What's the game?
I can't remember now, but I just remember they were watching that one too, where it just sort of like plays out over chapters, and
they were watching someone else play a game.
Yeah,
I don't understand them people.
Yeah.
You know, you guys, you can play that game too, you know.
But why do it when you can watch Markiplier?
That's
you can watch
I had a roommate
do it.
I had a roommate many years ago who like that was all he did was like watch people play Like, what's the one where it's all blocky and you dig with a hammer?
Yeah, Minecraft.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
He would just watch people play. Oh, you say it like I'm supposed to know. Like I have any fucking
Jesus
idea
H.
what's going
Christ.
on.
Minecraft is a cultural sensation.
Hey, read a book, you plebe.
But you can tell your own stories in Minecraft.
Well, we can talk about poetry right now if you want
the
to.
The only time I watch people play video games is when I'm trying to figure out how to beat a boss in Elden Ring.
And I do that, and then I resent the fact that I have to watch a fucking video. I'm like, can you just write it down for me?
What is the fucking rhythm of this? I cannot figure this shit out.
Jesus.
Am I the right level? Should I be going out and getting other armor?
Oh. And the answer is yes.
Yes, the
answer is always you need to grind. All right, Freaky Tales.
That's what it's called?
Freaky Tales is what it's called. Pedro Pascal, Ben Mendelsohn, Jay Ellis.
Okay.
Another one I don't remember much about.
You know what? I think he's delightful. I am a little burnt out on Pedro Pascal.
I am too. Yeah, I am. Our culture is oversaturated with Pedro Pascal. Also, I'm going to say it. It's queer baiting, everybody. I know we don't want it. We don't want to acknowledge that. We don't want to call it that. That's queer baiting. He is doing.
He is a handsome fella.
He is a very handsome fella. He seems like super progressive, loves the gays and the transes and the theys, but it's still queer baiting what he's doing. Where it's just like, hey, you guys want to see a sexy picture of me with my pants unbuttoned? Who do you think you're making this picture for, sir? It has a surprisingly large cast for a movie that was released with very little notice. It
has a bunch of writers.
Yeah. Well, so it's doing like a Pulp Fiction kind of Run Lola Run.
Oh, okay.
4 interconnecting stories unfolding on the same night.
Huh. I like that.
It's fine. It's fun to see an action horror movie set during a show at Gilman Street.
No, really?
Yeah. Yeah. And you even have a band on stage who is very ambiguously Operation Ivy.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a.
Oh, wait, no.
I'm
looking at the thing. They actually are at an Operation Ivy show.
Yeah, they're supposed to be Operation Ivy. They're very obviously not Operation Ivy, but they're supposed to be Operation Ivy.
Jesus Christ, that is a deep cut, man.
Yeah, like they're playing Operation Ivy songs. It's fun. You get to see a bunch of Nazis getting the shit kicked out of them.
Who doesn't
by a bunch
love
of
that?
Nerdy punks.
Who doesn't love that?
Acting's good. Pedro Pascal, Jay Ellis are great. There's a sort of one of the plots is about this kind of salt and pepper rap duo played by Normani and I think her name is Dominique Thorne. They are both really, really great. Two very charming ladies. The music, which is by Raphael Sadiq, is really good.
Huh. I'll have to check this out. I think I've seen this. I'm familiar with this one. I've seen it around. Yeah. I think the title put me off to it.
It's a little bit of a dumb title.
It's a dumb title.
It's a charming and entertaining movie. It's nothing to rave about. It's worth your time. You got a couple hours, and it's free.
And Nazis get the shit kicked out of them.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's all right.
That's awesome.
I think you'll like it.
All right.
It's lighthearted-ish.
Cool.
So worth seeing. How about Dangerous Animals?
So another one that I avoided mostly because all the promotional images were hugely turned me off to it. It was I think it's that guy. I think he was in Smile. Is it that guy? The bad guy?
Man is the most dangerous animal of all.
Yeah, all the promotional stuff made it look like shit to me, but I was not.
Yeah. Look, I love an animal attack movie. I love an aquatic animal horror film. These are two things that are known to you, listener. Unfortunately, this one is clunky and predictable.
So he's like a serial killer who's using...
He is a serial killer who uses sharks as his weapon of choice, I guess.
Okay.
The shark footage is very well shot. And even on film, they are super intimidating animals.
Yeah.
Like just to see them. But when they are fake, you can very much tell that they're fake, and it's kind of disappointing.
That's no good.
So it's a mix. A lot of them are real, and it's pretty impressive to see them be real. But yeah, there's some of it. I think his name is Jay Courtney.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I get the impression that he is a good actor and that he has a certain charm. he is so hammy in this movie that his villainy comes across as like kind of tedious and obnoxious more than terrifying.
God, what have I seen him in? I've seen him in I think he's in a movie called Upgrade.
Okay, yeah.
Where he's like I think he's like a war veteran who uses some kind of like cybernetic implant to give him. What else? What else is he been? I'm looking him up.
Yeah, like he's good, but ultimately this movie is buoyed by. You see what I did there?
Yeah, nice.
It's really held together by Hassie Harrison and Josh Houston, who are like the two leads. They have really great chemistry. It's this kind of they're cute as this couple of like disaffected misfits who meet and hit it off, only to be have their potential romance kind of cut short by a serial killer with a shark fetish.
Okay.
And so but they're really good. They have great chemistry. They're kind of fun to watch. And so that that's what keeps this movie that keeps it together,
keeps it afloat.
Hey, yeah, love it. But otherwise, it's a little silly and predictable.
Okay.
But they're not like I would if someone was like, "Hey, these people are in another movie," I'd be like, "Yeah, I'll watch that. I liked them in that other one."
All right, that's cool.
So that's a sign of something.
Maybe I'll come around to that one.
Yeah. The Woman in the Yard. Another Shudder.
Another one that I it was on my radar. I saw a trailer and it looked so dumb that I was not even a little bit interested in this one.
So it is a Blumhouse production.
Okay.
Which means that it got cranked out and promptly dumped into a saturated market without any support. It's an interesting premise. It gets a little caught up in the it's all about trauma trope, and it never really manages to get out of its own way. It stars Danielle Deadwyler, who is pretty good. Like, she's a good actor, and she's pretty good in this role. Yeah. The other person, I'm sorry, everybody, I don't even want to try to pronounce her name. All right, I'm going to do it.
Good luck.
I'm going to say Okwe Okpokwasili? Something like that? I did my best.
You did. You
right?
made an attempt. Okwe.
She is. Okwe sounds good.
I think
sounds like
Okwe. I think you're right.
Opokwasili?
I think that's right.
All right. Well, she's also really, really very good in this. And you really feel for the main character, who is this character, Daniel Deadwyler's character is Ramona. She's struggling to raise her children and simultaneously managing like really profound depression after the death of her husband in a car accident.
All right.
And she's pretty suicidal.
Oh, shit.
And so she's a very sympathetic character. The performances are really good. The horror, the visual of this kind of very stately woman. She strikes. She cuts a striking figure.
The poster is pretty evocative,
and that is most of her role. Is her just fucking sitting in their yard in this like kind of weird fancy chair, and she just keeps getting closer and closer to the house.
All right.
It's a pretty spooky effect.
All right. Maybe I'll check this one out.
It's worth seeing, but like once the horror kind of kicks off proper, it becomes pretty routine.
Okay. It's very funny. They're like, from Blumhouse, producers of Megan, comes The Woman in the Yard.
Yeah, boo.
Actually, I saw Megan recently, and I think it's cute.
Meh. But the ending of this movie is pretty bleak, and I like when a film has the testicular fortitude to go there.
Not everybody's got the stones to do it.
The cojones, if you will. All right, here I believe is the last one.
Okay.
Good Boy.
Oh, okay. I avoided this one just because I thought that the premise was fucking stupid.
All right, listen. This is on the mid list because it's a fairly original idea, and I think they tried to do something different. But in truth, I fucking hated this movie.
But this is a true. This is a highly subjective.
That is my next note. So before seeing it, I had to make sure that the dog does not die, and he doesn't. He is safe throughout the entire thing.
But he's in distress.
That said, he is in distress for most of this movie, and a lot of the time, the guy that he interacts with in the movie, you never see his face because the whole thing is from the dog's perspective. The guy, he's not very nice to him. And so this is all very particular to me, who I realize I'm very sensitive to animal stuff in movies, and that definitely colored my experience of this. Now, that said, the movie itself, the premise, this is a lot like Presence, in that the premise of seeing a horror movie through the eyes of a dog is kind of interesting. It's like seeing the dog through the eyes of an animal.
I can't think of any other movie that's done this.
No. Problem is, animals don't experience things the way that people do.
Right.
And as the audience, we never really have anything to identify with. We can't grab onto anything. We can't identify with a dog because we're not dogs. At least in Presence, we can be like, well, it's a human spirit, so I guess. But in this, it's like, it's a dog, and I don't know how dogs feel about things. I just know that they don't feel the same way that I do about them.
Right.
And so there's no real proxy for the viewer, and there's not very many people in this movie. This is a COVID-era movie.
Oh, all right.
It took them 4 years to make this movie because it's the director, his wife, and their dog.
Damn.
Those are all the people in the movie.
So what's the threat? What is the peril?
So it is a guy who is... You never really understand what's happening to him, but the gist seems to be that he has some kind of cancer. And so he moves out of his apartment in the city, and he moves to like a house that it's like his father or his uncle, I can't remember which one, is sort of left this very rural house to him.
In Salem.
So he goes, well, it's more rural than that.
Oh, wow.
It's like the middle of the woods. And you get the feeling like his sister calls him a lot, he's not very honest with her. It seems like he's dying.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't want to tell her that. And so he takes himself and his dog, and he loves his dog. You get flashbacks. The dog's a little puppy, and it's nice because it is their dog. So like it's literally videos of them with their puppy. It's a very cute dog. And so he goes off into the woods basically to die, but the house is haunted in a way that is never really explained. And that's the problem, is that you're seeing this from the perspective of a dog, so there's no explanation. It's just fear and concern.
Huh.
Which is not conducive to an enjoyable movie.
All right. So it's like
a
haunted house?
Yeah, ish.
Okay.
Like there's a lot of implication. And so obviously you cannot build a movie on this alone. Nobody would go for it. So there's sort of like the intercut, other filmic scenes with Larry Fessenden, who is his uncle or father or whoever, the guy who lives in the house, who also has a dog. And whatever happens to the Larry Fessenden character is what's happening now to this guy.
Gotcha.
There's something in this house, and also to the dog. And like at one point, he finds the other dog's like collar and the handkerchief around his neck, and I'm like, man, fuck this movie, fuck this movie to death. I give them credit for trying something new. On the plus side, Indy, the dog who plays the dog, is an adorable little, like, I don't know if it's a Sheltie.
Oh, the dog's name is Indiana?
Yeah.
Like from Indiana Jones?
Yeah, like we call it the dog Indiana.
That's awesome.
And so, I mean, he is an adorable little, like herding dog. He is extremely expressive. And so it's kind of hard not to like fall in love with that. But at one point, like towards the end, I went to the bathroom, and I came back, and Michael was like, you just missed all of the really important parts. And I was like, no, I didn't. I was like, fuck this movie. I would have walked out now. I was so upset. Now, and again, the listener, that is just me being me. But from a technical perspective, it's I like that they tried something new. It just doesn't work in execution because we're not animals. Like we are, but we're not dogs.
Right.
And so it doesn't carry it off. It's got some spooky scenes, but again, for me, those are all ruined because it is a dog who is terrified. And I know that he's actually not terrified. There's even a scene at the end, there's a post-credit scene where they're like, hey, everybody, it's me, the director, and here is my dog, Indy. Let's tell you how we made this movie. And I was like, oh, someone told you had to do this. And so it's really
It's
this like
aftercare.
yeah, it is very much aftercare. It is very much like, here's how we do this. Indy thought he was playing the whole time, and he was really having a great time, and he loves being in the movie with us. And it was just like, sorry, man, it's too late. You should have fucking opened with this.
Oh boy.
I mean, I guess watch it if you want. It's also just, it's not, there's not a lot of people in it.
It's reviewing well. I think a lot of people are receiving it in the sort of spirit intended. I thought that the at a glance, the premise looked very gimmicky to me, and so
it's
just avoided
extremely gimmicky. It's very much a novelty, and I think that's what people are responding to. I mean, to this dog's credit, he is playing along very well. Like, he is very good at doing what they are trying to get him to do.
Yeah.
He looks very concerned a lot of the time. He looks very like frightened, and he's responsive. And like there's a big sort of like epic swell at the end where he tries to save, and it's like, no, you must go on, Indy. You must go without me. I'm like, all right, for fuck's sake, I'm about to go without both of you. All right. That's that.
Well, fuck this shit. Let's talk about some stuff that we really liked.
Oh, okay, cool.
I want to start with 28 years later.
Hell yeah. I watched that last night.
I was not expecting to like this one at all because
neither was I. And I thought it was fantastic.
I did not like the original. I thought that the original is just fine, whatever. I had no love of it. I never saw the sequel. I had no real sort of emotional connection to it. So when the movie came out, I was just like, I'll get around to that one eventually. I loved this one.
Yeah. I think I did see the first one. It's been so long, I had forgotten about it, but I'm pretty sure I did see the original one. I have not seen the second one.
The thing is it's been a really, really long time since I've seen a zombie movie, but I still bear that like mid 2000s burnout that came from like everybody making.
And that's when the original came out. It's just like, oh, for fuck's sake, it's another one.
So like, even though it's been like years,
and this one's British,
it's been years since I've seen him, I still am like dubious at the mere mention of a zombie thing. So I hesitated, and the thing is the zombies are just the backdrop. This is a movie that takes place. It's a story that's happening in a world where zombies are a thing. They're just I wouldn't even say that they're really the sort of prime threat. They're just this kind of present thing that's like dangerous.
Yeah, it's a thing you just have to contend with in the world. It's very timely and I think very powerful message.
It's very human. Mm-hmm. I was not expecting that at all. And when it was over, I was definitely ready for the sequel.
Yeah, I'm on board. I think the sequel could go either way. I think it could be bad.
Because the thing is this movie has a dead serious tone. It's about a kid.
Yeah, very much.
It's about a kid, and that's I think also a lot of the things that I liked about this movie was the performance coming from a kid he's
a remarkably good actor.
Is very powerful.
If you guys haven't seen the movie, he's this adorable little boy who's like
12 maybe?
Yeah, probably 12, 13 or something. If you listen to this show, I have no use for children in or out of movies. He's great in this, and he carries the movie pretty well because he is the star of the film.
Yeah, and what he's dealing with is, apart from living, the setup is basically the Europe mainland has managed to force the virus back. They've beaten it, and it only exists in the UK, the islands,
which is pretty convenient.
And so they just have these people trapped there with ships patrolling the waters to make sure nobody leaves.
Yep. And they sort of periodically drop in soldiers who then apparently they just leave there.
And so the kid, that's not the main thing. The problem is that his mother is dying.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody really,
he does not know that though.
They don't know why. Something's wrong with her. And she's played by Jodie Comer, who's fucking fantastic as well.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
I only know her from the Villanelle show, Killing Eve.
Oh yeah. I don't think I've known her from anything else.
She's been in other stuff. She's fucking fantastic.
I've only seen a couple episodes of Killing Eve.
It's really good.
That's the bisexual not Michelle
Sandra
Yeoh.
Oh is
Sandra Oh.
Yeah, she's like an MI5 agent who's trying.
It's a true story?
No.
I think it is. Isn't it a true story?
No, it's a series of novels
written by an actual MI5 retired MI5 person.
Maybe because it's pretty authentic in the way that it portrays intelligence. But yeah, she in that I don't want to get too far off track. But in that one, it's MI5 agent is tracking an assassin that they just cannot fucking nail down, and she is convinced that she knows who she is, but also she's kind of in love with her.
Oh, it's very sexy story.
And it's very sexy.
Okay.
But
lesbians are the most dangerous.
she's fucking fantastic, and just all the performances from the top down are fucking awesome. Ralph Fiennes is amazing.
I expected Ralph Fiennes to be like to play it to the hilt, and he really is. He gives a great performance.
The way they set him up is it sets that expectation. He's going to be this raving lunatic when he gets there.
So I told you this last night. I'm pretty lukewarm on Alex Garland, who wrote the movie.
Okay.
And of all the other stuff of his I've seen, I'm kind of like, I don't know, whatever. It's all very kind of the moment.
Yeah.
This though, he's very good with a metaphor because essentially this movie is a metaphor for isolationism and for kind of ignorance and what is happening in Europe, but also kind of across the world right now.
It's very specifically Brexit, but you could also apply it to the United States very easily.
And so you get this kid lives on the island, and this island with his family, and I believe I can't remember the name of the island. It's it's a territory of England, and they are very closed off to everything, and so they're very insular, and it's about masculinity, it's about protectionism, but there's no love, there's no joy there. And he is given this impression of the world outside of there, that it is this sort of cold, cruel, harsh place full of zombies. And in a way it is. But at the same time, what he ultimately learns by leaving the island, what he finds is he does not actually find true compassion and love and beauty until he goes to the mainland, which is crawling with zombies.
Yeah.
And it's a kind of a beautifully told story. It is a deft handling of metaphor that could have been real sloppy.
It could have been,
and it's not.
It could have been a fucking sledgehammer of a metaphor.
I think that Ralph Fiennes' performance of this guy, this sort of like this doctor who has maintained his humanity alone for so long, is really well played.
Specifically being a doctor who is literally surrounded by death.
Yeah. And who sort of sees himself as someone who is there to kind of like keep the record and to make sure that these people are remembered in a particular way. Whereas on the island, everything is almost about forgetting. And it's almost about like rewriting history in a particular way to make themselves very kind of warrior-like in this awful, hyper-masculine way. And I think Danny Boyle's direction is fantastic. Uh-huh. The editing is fantastic. I think they're cutting in these scenes from old films. That fucking Kipling poem that they use almost caused a panic attack. They use this Kipling poem, Boots, which is just like, it is very, very repetitive. And it just like makes your skin crawl. It's so well done. Yeah. I would say if I'm going to rank these movies, if I were to do it, this would come in third.
This is probably
and a close third.
I don't know about that for me. This was definitely the biggest surprise of the year for me. And
absolutely. I didn't even plan to see this. I wasn't going to watch it. I'm like so glad I did.
Yeah. And then, so after that somber tale about death and, sort of getting out of your element and seeing the broader picture.
You want to talk about?
It goes crazy in the end. It sets you up for this sequel, because the whole movie teases this character who does not appear until the very end.
Yeah, it starts with a character that does not come back until the very end and comes back dressed as Jimmy Savile in a way that is alarming. That comes back as child rapist Jimmy Savile.
The total shift that happens is crazy.
Yeah, it's sort of like you're watching this very beautiful, moving kind of meditation on life and death and beauty and connection. And then all of a sudden, it's kick-ass at the end. Yeah. Like there's like ninjas, except very British versions of ninjas.
Yeah.
Hey, can we also can we talk about the prosthetic dong
that comes on the alphas?
Whew,
Yeah.
what the fuck, man?
Lot of flapping penis in this movie.
So you do, but it's not real. And my question is, if you're using prosthetic peni, why did you make it that big? Why did you make it so distractingly large? That's not right.
Because he's always running, and so it's gotta go somewhere.
He could toss this over his shoulder. All right.
Oh God.
It is distracting.
So fucking funny. Yeah. Yeah.
But otherwise, I thought it was really fantastic. I'm super glad I watched it. I will definitely watch the next one. And the next one is directed by Nia DaCosta, which I think is a really interesting direction to go.
For sure.
I think she's got a very different vibe and aesthetic that I like. I haven't loved her movies, but I like what she's doing. And so I think it'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Hopefully. I mean, it could go a completely other direction, and it could just be fucking stupid, but we'll see.
That's the thing is, like, it sets you up. It sets you up for I don't know what to expect out of the next one, but it seems like it's going to be silly.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you got now?
All right. Well, let's see here. We already talked about how much you hated Hard Eyes. Honestly, Hard Eyes was not really in my top. I just needed a 10th movie. Let's talk about Frankenstein.
Okay, let's talk about Frankenstein because that's also on my best of list.
I am always a little bit iffy when it comes to Guillermo del Toro.
He's super inconsistent.
Yeah, he's real hit or miss for me. I think he's a wildly creative guy. I think he has a very distinctive aesthetic that I like.
He has a visual style that is entirely all his own, and I fucking love it.
When it comes to writing, I think he typically leaves a lot to be desired.
That is the thing is, as I think for this movie to land on this list, it's kind of amazing because I think the writing is the weakest part of the movie.
Yeah, they rely pretty heavily on the source material.
It's the fucking Frankenstein story with some pretty wild deviations, but
some weird deviations.
With some really weird deviations. They set up the bride and then they don't give it to you.
Well, I mean, but that's what happens in the book. You know, she's in the book and she gets killed.
Right. But like,
and then they don't bring her back. And it does sort of feel like, are you leaving this open for a sequel? Please don't make a sequel.
I know, but
great performances,
incredible performances.
Oscar Isaac, Jacob Elordi, I was really surprised by.
Amazing costumes.
I don't know much about him.
I had to look him up.
Performance.
I had to look him up because people were like, we're going nuts over this guy. And I'm like, who the fuck is Jacob Elordi? And then I looked him up, and it turns out I don't think I've seen anything with him in it.
Yeah, no, I'm not that familiar with him. He's a dude where you're like, hey, even underneath with all that makeup, I still like looking at you. So I'm so glad you're here, sir. And Christoph Waltz, I fucking love Christoph Waltz in everything.
In everything.
He is basically if Werner Herzog pretended that or stopped pretending that he was not a funny person. He's kind of like that.
I think my sort of comparison, my metaphor is Christoph Waltz is Mads Mikkelsen with a sense of humor.
Yes, 100%. Like I always ever since I saw him in The Hateful Eight, I'm like, there's nothing that you can do that I won't think is fantastic.
He's amazing in Inglourious Bastards.
He's just great. He's great in everything. And he's fantastic in this too. I like that they kind of kept it to the source material. I think this is we're what, couple hundred years out now. Yeah. So there's a lot of directions you can go, and they stick to the source. The thing I didn't like is I really didn't like that they tried to, they give Frankenstein this kind of hero's journey redemption arc that I'm like, this wasn't necessary. Because he is the bad guy.
I struggle with that. This is true because one of the things that they leave off, that they left out of the movie entirely, is when he kills Frankenstein's brother. Mm-hmm. And the maid hangs for it, and I'm glad they didn't include that. Honestly, they didn't do that because then you can't.
It's a distraction.
You can't do the thing that I think a lot of people sort of like to go over. That me included is the tragic anti-hero, this sort of creature that is not of.
But that's what bothers me. is I didn't need this. I don't need them to pad the movie for me. Like, just let it be what it is. It's a really fucking good book. I mean, I'm saying you change whatever you want. You make a fucking movie. It's your deal. But like, you don't need to make them heroic.
You think he's heroic though?
I think that they try to make him an anti-hero for sure.
I think what he tries to do,
they try to redeem him in the end.
I think what he tries to do really is he leans into the sort of the same sort of stuff that makes the character so appealing to me. Also, is the tragedy is that he's an abomination that was that from the start he had no chance.
Oh, you mean the monster?
The monster.
Oh, no, I don't think he's a hero. I think he is the most compelling character in the story. I think they try to make Frankenstein a little bit...
Oh, I get you. Because he's cold.
That doctor.
He's cold and aloof all the way to the end.
Yeah, I think he plays it well. I think Oscar Isaac is a fucking great actor. And I think he plays it well, but they try to end it on a bit of a more upbeat note than it is deserving of. Because, like, he is the bad guy.
Oh, sure. Yeah, 100%.
He is the one who created this, and they sort of ended on like, well, it's my problem that I created and I have to solve it, and I guess I'll clean up my mess. And it's like, that's not how the story ends.
Yeah. Overall, I mean, it's a fucking visual feast. We saw it in the theater. It was great. It looks fantastic. I think Mia Goth is not a good actor. I don't share the public.
I know everybody
I know.
is fucking hot for her, but I'm like, she's pretty one note.
I do not share the public's fascination with her at all. Like,
and she's pretty one note in this too. Yeah. And the weird way that this like kind of pseudo sexual desire she has for this torn up man.
She sees this gigantic monster man, and she recognizes the humanity in him.
She does, and she's just like, well, I am but a meek Victorian girl who needs satisfaction, and he is my husband is too distracted by science. You, sir, seem like you have a lot more time on your hands. Also, you're in a loincloth. I know what I'm getting. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, and there was some other weird shit that you can tell was maybe Guillermo del Toro's input. Questions like, why is the monster superhumanly strong? Why are the wolves of this region so ravenous for human flesh?
Right, he is.
And for that matter, why are the wolves super wolves?
He's strong enough to move an entire boat by himself.
Yeah, to shout out to Tyler Hyde who asked me, why are there super wolves in this movie?
Because you gotta listen. These are wolves of the Arctic. They are super wolves by nature.
That's true. Also, I think they should have brought back the original plot point in which Elizabeth is not just Frankenstein's wife, but also his cousin. Sexy.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
All in all, I liked it. I thought it was
lot.
really good. I was surprised. I don't usually like his movies. I think they're usually pretty disappointing with a couple exceptions. I thought it was
he has
good.
an amazing,
I don't know that I'd watch it again.
He has an amazing visual language. It's a long movie, too.
He does.
And so that's the thing that makes it so satisfying for me.
The pacing was good though. Like it could have. This is what it's almost 2 hours, over 2 hours.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel long. Like it feels about what it needs to be.
Yeah.
Couple of things maybe you could have cut, but for the most part, I was on board.
100%. I'm on board. I'm with you.
Liked it.
Yep. So let me hit you with another one. Mm-hmm. Final Destination Bloodlines.
Fuck yeah, I watched this one yesterday too. I mean, I saw it. I watched it when it came out, but I've
seen it a couple of times since it came out. Yeah, I did not.
Surprising.
I did not expect to like this movie as much as I did. This was another big surprise for me because I am fairly ambivalent about those other movies.
Yeah, this movie had a super high bar to clear with this franchise. Sort of like it's really done to death. And did they do it? I think they did.
I cackled from start to finish.
It is delightful. It is fun. So when we sort of finished watching it again last night, I said, I think this movie is very successful at capturing the spirit of the original, which is a pretty self-serious movie, while also embracing the kind of silliness of the sequels.
Yeah.
To a very successful
end.
And
what it does that the other ones often fail at miserably is present you with a cast,
with the exception of the third one.
True. They present you with a cast that is more than just,
which is a Morgan and Wong joint.
This is true. So, listen to Do You Think I'm Spooky? They give you a cast that you like.
That was my other big takeaway. Is I was like, even the more minor characters in this are fucking doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, because the other ones, like, they're all just bodies to be chopped up.
Yeah,
you know,
with the exception of like the male and female leads, they're all grist for the mill.
Right.
And in this one, like, because there's that, I cannot remember their names for the life of me, but like, so Richard Harmon is the one who really is doing a lot. He's the tattoo artist guy. He is really carrying.
He's a Diet Bam Margera.
Yes, he is. I can't remember what. So he was on The Killing.
Oh shit! Okay.
He was on that for a while, but he's also been in a couple Hallmark movies.
Okay, good.
And so I love him. I love him for that. But like, there's even these minor characters. His brother, the one who has the peanut allergy.
Yeah.
He's like the really kind of cute, dumb one. And like, they have like, even everybody knows exactly what their role is in this movie, and they fucking do it perfectly.
Yep.
And it is an ensemble in that way. Like, it's not, I don't think it's intended to be an ensemble cast, but it sort of comes across as one just by virtue of the way they all sort of work together to really pull this off.
It feels like a family.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's that. I mean, that's kind of the point. And it is over the top. It is dumb as shit, but it has so much rewatch potential.
The set pieces are fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And I have not laughed at something as hard as I have since the MRI machine kill.
Fantastic.
Unbelievably fucking funny.
The first 15 minutes of this movie is some of the most satisfying gore you will ever see. It is just chaos from the jump, and it is spectacular.
Because they all do that. They all start out with the thing that sort of sets everything in motion. Mm-hmm. This one delivers. This shit is cranked up all the way.
And it's super CGI for obvious reasons. Like, it takes place in like a big Space Needle type of thing, but like, and it's dumb as shit, but it is gory. You are seeing people's like heads get cut in half and shit. Like, it is rough. Yep. There was a bunch of times where I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah. Also, proper send off for Tony Todd.
It is. I mean,
he's not looking good. He's not looking good in the movie.
It's a little sad to see him looking so unwell, but I think we should just be happy to see him one last time. And I think for me, I'm not a big Candyman person. I recognize that it's a good movie. It's not a great movie. Good movie. I think he is a much better actor than he is given credit for. Mm-hmm. And I think seeing him this time, I was a little more affected by it than I expected to be. Because I was like, this dude has just been popping up. Like, we grew up in the 80s, and you had your Robert Englund and a couple other kind of big horror people. But of the 90s, he was really it.
Yeah.
And he, I think, got sort of short shrift a lot of the time.
Yeah, I think how excited we were when we saw him in that episode of X-Files Sleepless.
Yeah, and he's fucking great in that episode. Yeah. And it was just sort of nice to be like, all right, I will raise a glass to you, sir. Yep. I think he's, he kind of goes out the way he came into our lives. And it's nice. Yeah. It was nice to see that. And there's so much fucking stunt casting now.
I know.
These days, we just get so many people crammed into movies just because. I mean, think of Hard Eyes. Like, you get Devon Sawa, you get fucking Jordana Brewster. It's like, we all know why you're here. Not that they're bad actors, they're fine, but like, you're here because you were in shit in the 90s. Yeah. And this is the thing of being like, yes, you're here because you were in the original and you're in all the movies, but also like, you were a big part of horror for the last 35 years plus, I guess. And it's sort of nice to be like, bon voyage.
Right.
Sir.
That was good.
So it was nice. I really love this movie. I think it's super fun. It's the kind of thing you can watch time and time again. So
not bad.
Good on you.
All right, what do you got?
Here's one you didn't see, I don't think. The Parenting.
Nope.
That's a bit of a deep cut.
Let's hear about it.
So nothing particularly great or notable about this. But this is, if, what is it? Queens of the Dead? Is that what it was called? Queers of the Dead. That's what I wanted to call it. In an era with sort of like heavy-handed queer horror garbage, it's rare to find one that is very gay and inclusive without relying on that to carry the movie. So this is a movie about two dudes who, if I remember correctly, they're going to get married. And so it's that trope of meeting the parents for the first time. Okay. They all sort of come together in a house. It's a horror comedy that mixes the haunted house trope with a meeting the parents trope. It's really held together by the cast. Great performances from Lisa Kudrow.
Oh, good.
Who is fantastic in everything. Edie Falco is great. Brian Cox, Parker Posey. It's a fucking stacked cast. Huge cast. And it's not really reinventing anything, but it's fun. It's funny. It's charming and sweet, these are hard things to balance in a movie that is also kind of a horror movie. I think it's a sleeper. It didn't get a lot of attention. Didn't get enough attention.
I definitely have not heard of this one this year at all.
It was streaming on HBO for a while. It's probably still on there. I don't know. It's cute. It's funny. It's got these kind of great 90s character actors that are really they're turning it out in this in a way that you're like, oh, that was fun. I like that.
All right.
Brian Cox becomes like demon possessed at some point. He is allowed to become, so he's like this kind of like doughy, sappy dad. And then he gets demon possessed and he basically just becomes Brian Cox.
Oh, great.
He becomes the character that Brian Cox plays in fucking everything. He is foul-mouthed and awful. And so it's like everybody is doing in their best, and it's fun. It's really fun. It's lighthearted, nothing serious. It's like, it's not gory like Final Destination, but it's got that vibe of like, hey, let's all have fun with horror again. It doesn't have to be super serious. It doesn't have to be about trauma. It doesn't have to be about queer horror. Like, let's just be progressive and have fun with horror.
That's good.
I was into it. I loved it.
All right. Did you see The Ugly Stepsister?
Boy, did I ever. Can I ever unsee The Ugly Stepsister? Holy shit.
This is in my top 3.
This is the most shockingly disgusting movie I watched this year. It might be the most shockingly disgusting movie I've ever seen.
It is a fucking gauntlet. The shit that this girl is put through is unfucking real.
I think it is. I had to sort of think back. I spent a little time thinking about it, and it's a really clever commentary on sort of greed and the lengths to which people go to get what they want. But, I think we are accustomed to seeing subversive movies, particularly horror, and made by women. This is a woman directed, Emily Blichfeld?
Yeah, she's Norwegian, I think.
Yeah. I think we are accustomed to seeing that done in a particular way. And she was like, no.
No, then you see a woman vomit up a 30-foot tapeworm.
And it is the most disgusting thing you've ever seen in your life. You see a lady chopping off her toes.
Oh, how are you going to make that shoe fit? Oh, yeah, this is...
For me, it was the nose. It was breaking the nose that I was like, God. Oh, no. Oh, yeah.
Long Johnson.
Oh, Don Piano.
Oh, God, yeah, fucking, this is just a grueling gauntlet of a movie.
But always done with a sense of humor.
A rare dedication to capturing the vibe of like original fairy tales.
Which is wild because she had, I think she was a fairly like traditional film student. My understanding is like she was like a traditional sort of feminist film student. And she all of the sudden discovered in like 2016, I think is what she said. She discovered like Cronenberg and Argento and Fulci and was like, what's this now? What are these people doing?
Welcome in. Let's watch some movies together.
Come inside. Sometimes we like to watch people do really disgusting things. I mean, you can see the. I mean, you can definitely see the Cronenberg. You can definitely see the Fulci.
It's
where it's just like we're all in.
It's unreal.
Get in, loser. We're going to
not
Italy.
Expecting this movie to be the movie that it was, and I was so fucking shocked and delighted. It's not often that a movie moves me in the way that this one did. Because there were so many times like where like Final Destination, I'm just like laughing and laughing and laughing.
Yeah, that's giddy glee.
This one, I was like curled up in a ball on the couch at times. Like, oh no, oh, what are you doing?
Yeah, I would describe this as wickedly funny.
Yeah,
it is. You know, there's a lot of like let's reinvent the kind of fairy tale tropes and all this, and I think she takes the fairy tale and it's just kind of like, no, this is what it was. And she makes everyone in this movie is a disgusting misogynist in every possible way. And to really subvert this kind of romantic material in this way is, you know, it is on one hand, it's like a thing that I think a lot of people have tried to do to varying degrees of success. I think this might be the most successful.
And the thing is the metaphor is as blunt as it gets. This is somebody rolling up a newspaper and hitting you on the nose with a message that like this is what women have to do metaphorically to meet the meet the expectations.
Every
of
man in this movie is the fucking worst. Like even the the romantic lead, you're just like, oh well, all right.
Yeah,
fine.
They're all fucking
like,
monsters.
He's the best you're gonna get, but like most of them are just the fucking worst. The women are also really terrible. Like everyone is just really, really awful.
Yep.
And yet it feels fresh. Like this feels like a new take. Like this feels like the kind of thing where it's like, this is what we wanted. Not these kind of half-assed Stuart Gordon versions of fairy tales. Like, this is what I wanted.
Yeah.
Someone cutting off their foot.
Absolutely fucking loved it.
Yeah. It is. But am I going to watch it again? I don't know if I can do that.
I don't know if I can do that. Do I got that in me?
Y'all, if you haven't seen it, it's fucking gross. Like, it is really hard to watch because it's not just gross. It's not just gore.
It's self-inflicted damage is what it is.
It is body horror. Body horror.
Yep.
Super gross.
So bad. It's
the
so
fucking
gross.
nose thing. I was like, moo, I don't know if I can watch this movie. And I can watch pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Except for Good Boy.
Oh God.
Yeah. I mean, was it in my top 3? No, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. So
yeah, it's great.
Let's see. I gave you the parenting, the Final Destination. We did that. All right. Here we go.
Are we down to the last 2?
We're down to the last 3.
Okay. All right. Hit me. What do you got?
Bring Her Back.
Bring Her Back.
All right. This was a borderline mid for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, I've got a couple more, but yeah, let's go on.
All right. I went in with very high expectations because I thought,
too.
Talk to Me was a fantastic, and maybe that's on me. I don't know how fair it is to set that bar.
This one was definitely sort of low on my best of list. I liked it a lot. I'm definitely with you. Talk to Me really set the bar pretty high. And as much as I liked this movie, I felt like I was watching the same movie.
Thank you. I thought, this felt like a real retread of the trauma, parental death type of thing they explored in the previous movie, but with less. I mean, they obviously had a lot more time with Talk to Me. I feel like this movie relied very heavily on shocking gore to the extent that it felt like a crutch for a somewhat weak story.
Okay, I'm with you again, right there. What these guys have started to do is they've built a trend. It's becoming a trope where all of a sudden you walk into a room and there's a person sitting at a table and they go, "What are you doing here?" And then the person starts smashing their face on the table.
Right. It makes sense in Talk to Me. It fits their story. In this one, it feels gratuitous in a way that's sort of like unwelcome and disgusting. Like the fucking mouth, the knife in the mouth thing was like, it was tough. It was real terrible. It's a child as well.
Yeah. I thought the premise was interesting as hell. Like I do like that it's super original, that these guys are not just doing conventional horror movies. Like, it's all recognizably horror, but they're introducing really weird ideas to it that I like quite a bit.
But I don't think they are delivering. You know, we spend a lot of time on this show. Well, mostly me spends a lot of time on this show talking about good and bad ambiguity in movies. And I feel like the best use of ambiguity is when you give me a little bit of information, not a lot, just enough, so I know what's happening on the screen, but not too much that I want to know more. And the problem with this movie is that they have this premise of this woman who goes, like, she's so desperate to get her child back, she goes to this, like, I guess, demon cult or something. You've given me too much information.
See, I like that because it was very, very interesting, and it sets the pace that this movie exists in a world where this shit is real. And there's a way to go about doing it. And the cost is incredibly fucking high. The outcomes are extremely nasty, but there's this like continuity of, like, in the same way that they did it with the hand in the last movie, the videotape sort of performs the same duty where it's just this. Not
enough though.
But
the hand you get enough. The hand is sort of a stand-in. It's a metaphor for drugs or for whatever. Like, you know what that hand is. In this, you've given me too much about this weird devil cult. Now I want to know more. And I want to know more because the premise of your movie is not very interesting. So you've hidden the more interesting part of your movie behind some sort of veil. And you're focusing on the wrong part for me. Like, you've told me too much about this thing. Like, who is this group? What does she have to do for them? Why did she go there? Who is her child? Like, we never really know enough about her. Instead, they want to focus too much on the loss of their father and their bond. And it's like, hey, this feels very familiar because it's exactly what you did in your last fucking movie. You should have told me this other story that's super interesting and weird and cool. Like, yeah, it exists. Now I want to know more about them. The hand exists as this sort of, in the same way that, like, lots of things exist in the world that we understand as sort of childish
I can see that. It's much more of the MacGuffin that the videotape should have been.
Right. Yeah. It's just a little bit too much. That said, I think the acting is good in this movie. I think the kids are particularly good. And again, I don't like kids in movies. I think that it's very entertaining. They really understand, and perhaps this is because they are very close. Obviously, they work together. They're also related. And so I think they understand familial bonds in a way that is very useful to them.
Yeah.
That works, especially in this movie. It just feels like it's the same shit, different setting. It relies so much on grossness. We never really find out, like, who is this other kid? I mean, we know who he is by the end, but, like, it doesn't fucking matter.
The thing that I found most frustrating about it is that this lady has been... This lady is the most red flaggiest lady to, like, to be like leaving children with under any.
And they're like, no, she's the best. And I'm like, really? Why does this child not talk? And now he's jamming a butcher knife in his mouth.
You're right. Oh fuck.
I am not a social worker anymore, but if I was, I would have some questions. I don't know. I expected a lot more. I thought it was fine. I know a lot of people liked it. It just felt very similar in a way, I think. And again, maybe I am also unfairly setting it against two of the other year's best films, which are wildly creative and very impressive.
I know, right? Before we get to those, I'll hit you with
Don't get to those two, though. Hit me with what else you got.
All right, this is Companion.
Didn't see it. It was sort of on my radar, but didn't see it.
You should. I like this one a lot.
It has Guillermo in it?
It has Guillermo. It has, Harvey Guillen, and he is fantastic. Guillermo. He is fucking awesome. The whole thing sort of sets you up. Going into it, you know that the girl is basically like a robot, a sex robot.
And she's going to kill everybody.
They're not supposed to. And the reason that she does is because
this wouldn't be a horror movie if she was not a robot who killed everybody.
But the reason that she's doing that is because she has been like hacked, like jailbroken.
Right. So I didn't see the movie. I did listened to the episode of Ruined.
Oh, so you've seen it.
They go over. So I kind of have a basic purpose. Hey, everybody, listen to Ruined. It's a fantastic podcast with our dear friend, Hallie Kiefer.
Yeah. And they've got a, she's a companion robot, Allison.
No, Hallie Kiefer's not a companion robot.
But yeah, it's mostly a bunch of really kick-ass performances. Harvey Guillen's
I know it has like
funny.
a hot young cast.
Yeah, Jack Quaid is in it.
I never know where I land on him.
I think
he's
fine.
very rubbery. He seems very rubbery.
He's a little rubbery.
Is that an acceptable descriptive?
Yeah, I mean they've been calling Jim Carrey rubbery for years.
Like he's cute and rubbery. That's all I've got.
Yeah, he's cute.
And his father is a bit of a trumper.
Yeah, but he's great. It's because it mostly takes place in a single location, and so it's all about the performances. Sophie Thatcher from Yellow Jackets is is Iris, the robot girl. It's great. It's fucking fantastic. It goes in a bunch of unexpected directions. It turns out it's really about a robbery,
right?
That kind of goes wrong.
My understanding is that the Guillermo Lucas Gage storyline is somewhat sweet and a little bit heartbreaking.
Yeah. I'll because you haven't seen it, and also it's sort of
I probably won't, but it's fine. You don't ruin it for anybody else.
Like big spoiler territory. So I don't want to talk about it too much. But it was.
I am currently being told that we did watch this, which is remarkable.
You have no memory.
Listen, everybody. I get high sometimes. Not that high. I think I'm being lied to and possibly gaslit. He's shaking his head, but I don't know.
It's a good movie.
All right, maybe I fell asleep.
All right. Yeah, I like that one.
Okay, he's shaking his head in the affirmative now.
You get high and watch a movie, and then it ends up on our fucking schedule. So you are
definitely that's how we end up watching fucking Return to Salem's Lot, which I'm sorry, all right?
This is how we ended up with Delivery Boys.
They can't but hey. That got way darker than we thought it would, though, didn't it?
We pulled back the covers for a second, and we're like, ooh, I don't like where this is going.
Didn't realize he was such a predator.
Oh, no.
Holy crap.
Yeah, no.
The Barbie story just got way darker.
Oh, God, I know. Crazy sense of humor. It's definitely like a bit of it's not explicitly a horror comedy, but it's got a great sense of humor.
Right.
Does not
who wrote this? Who directed this?
This was Drew Hancock wrote it and directed it.
I know I had an aversion to it. I don't know why.
This is the only film he's done.
All right. I mean, I had there's a defiant streak in me, so
yeah,
that's kind of how it goes sometimes.
No, I enjoyed it tremendously. Very good movie.
All right. Well,
let's round that corner.
All right. Here we go. Like to hear it. Here it goes. Sinners is a fucking badass movie, everybody.
Oh my God. Is this our best of the year, though?
It was so hard.
Narrowly got edged out. I struggled with this because
I almost wanted to make them equal partners.
Because God damn it, is this
I
movie.
I saw this on 70 millimeter in a theater. It is cacophonous in the best possible way. It was, I will say, the best experience I have had in a theater in years. I mean, granted, I haven't been to the theater in about a decade, but it was I was so glad to have seen this in the theater.
Oh, man. What a fucking movie. Michael B. Jordan playing two characters.
Just like distinctly different.
Who feel distinctly different in spite of the fact that they're twins.
Remarkable.
I think Ryan Coogler is one of the best filmmakers in a really long time. Definitely of this generation. I think I think
I told you, I've only seen the Fruitvale Station. It's the only one I saw.
His Black Panther movie.
Oh wait, yeah, I know. I saw that one.
I'm very tired of the Marvel thing. I
do not like superhero movies. I don't like comic book movies. I thought Black Panther was good. I thought it was exciting. It was a fun adventure movie. Got a great cast.
Yep.
I think Michael B. Jordan is much like several of the other people who have come up in these movies. I think he is just again, relentlessly charming and incredibly handsome in a way where you're like, I will watch you in everything. You could read the newspaper to me and I'd be rapt.
I know. But here's the thing is, for all of its like its technical achievements, the fact that the period details are so fucking perfect that it is a visually very appealing movie. The thing that really gets it for me, that cements its place as like one of the best of the year, one of the best in a really fucking long time, is it is just a simple vampire movie.
Yeah.
It's a siege movie.
It's a siege movie. It's a vampire movie. It's From Dusk Till Dawn, but the integration of music is brilliant.
Oh,
the music itself is brilliant.
God, it's the scene that everybody points to. There's a song called "Save Me."
So this is the scene. I was not super keen on this moment.
I fucking loved this scene. The fact
this is the one where it's like the music transcending.
Yeah, it's him playing the song.
I was fine. It was fine. I liked it, but like for me, there were other songs that I thought were way better.
Oh man, no, that scene, because like all of a sudden Eddie Hazel is there playing guitar, and then there's DJ Kool Herc, and there's
a lot of this stuff is done by Arl Burnside's son.
Oh no shit.
Yep,
that's cool. No idea he had
Cedric Burnside.
All right.
Well, he was in his father's band for pretty much most of his adult life, or probably most of his teenage life as well, until his death. And so he, I think, was a big contributor to a lot of not the score. The score is done by somebody else, but the music, the songs in it, a lot of it is done by him, and he did an incredible job.
Yeah. I love a simple vampire movie where the vampires are these like predatory creatures that have to be destroyed.
Yeah, and done very well. I don't know that guy's name, the main guy, the main vampire.
Oh,
he
right.
is fantastic.
Yeah, I love that their eyes kind of glow.
Yep.
You know,
they do that sort of shimmery Salem's Lot, the thing that Toby Hooper did.
Yeah,
where he put the sort of reflective lenses in their eyes.
Yeah, they call them hates.
I love that. It's very Southern, super cool. Yeah, the performances are outstanding. Absolutely everyone, with one exception. I thought Haley Stanfield is awful in this movie.
Really?
Don't like her.
She's all right.
I think she's a Trump supporter too. But
God, I hope not.
I think she actually is. But I think everybody else, Delroy Lindo, fucking awesome.
Whenever he shows up in anything,
he's not going to be showing up in anything anymore.
I know, but fucking A, what a goddamn it. Everything. This movie is just so well put together. Everything is happening in concert. And then you get this awesome little coda where we get to watch a bunch of Klansmen get machine gunned to death.
Okay. I didn't love that. I think, so here's my theory about why that's included in the movie.
Okay, good. Because I've been watching a guy named FD Signifier on YouTube, and his theory is also pretty funny.
I mean, I was fine with it. It doesn't, I don't think it harms the movie in any way. It does feel like you got to close it somehow. But I feel like you are unfortunately, so the thing about this movie, one of the things that makes it so successful is you really like all of these characters.
Every single one of them they're
all super likable.
There's so many of them, and they're all like fully fleshed out and fully realized characters.
Yep. These are these characters. These actors bring them to life in an exciting and wonderful way. Feels very authentic. You really get attached to them, and unfortunately, you are going to watch all of them die.
Yeah,
literally all of them are going to die. And I think the KKK thing at the ending was like, you can't kill everybody and leave them with nothing. You gotta give them something to feel good about walking away from. And I think this is sort of what that is. Is like, here's your consolation prize. They murder a bunch of he shoots a bunch of KKK guys in this little like wild shootout. Because it doesn't feel shoehorned. It is, it's a little bit part of the story, but
it's extra. It's definitely extra. The story basically ends when like the last of the vampires burn up and basically everybody else is dead. It could have just flashed forwarded to the 90s,
Oh, that's where I think the movie goes wrong.
To the Buddy Guy stuff. But
I don't need Buddy Guy. I don't need these fucking post-credit scenes.
But the so FD Signifier is a guy on YouTube who does a lot of essays and cult like analysis and criticism on blackness. And he did one about sinners, obviously. And his whole thing was he thinks that Ryan Coogler did this because he was restrained by Disney in a lot of ways from really approaching colonialism and Wakanda and like that whole thing, because like obviously you can't get too radical when it comes to Disney. They've got a very broad base of people to appeal to it, so you can't get very scary with your identity politics. And so this was him just going, you know what, fuck it, I'm making my own movie. I'm going to kill the Klan.
Well, you know what, I do want to take a minute and talk about that, because obviously neither of us are black people. Maybe that comes as a surprise to you. If so,
it's in our name.
You're an idiot. But I cannot speak to what it means to see a movie like this as a black person, but I can imagine what it means to see a movie like this as a black person, to see a film that really leans in to the what it kind of like legacy and heritage mean, what music means, and the way that music is connecting all of these people. Because that is essentially the core premise of this film, is that they have this particular thing. One of them in particular has this sort of magic that he doesn't really realize is magic. And that is what the vampire really wants, is this connection to everybody. And that connection is really music. It is culture and music. And that's what that scene that everybody really loves, that I think feels to me it feels a little hacky, but I think that that's what that scene is conveying, is that it is this thing that transcends time itself. It is this thread that connects everybody. And it sounds a little cheesy the way I'm describing it, but it really is a kind of beautiful moment where they acknowledge that this is what is connecting them all, despite the sort of horrors of the world around them and the cruelty of the world around them. They have this thing that is desirable, that is beautiful and wonderful. And that is, I think he conveys that very well in a way that could have gone bad. Like, that could have been real cheesy. Mm-hmm. And he does it in a way that feels good. I mean, for fuck's sake, they are integrating not just music. There's a fucking dance number. Actually, there are multiple dance numbers in this movie. It's a much more
musical movie than I was expecting it to be.
Yeah, like there is an awesome fucking step dancing scene in this that is really, I think, for me, that was kind of my favorite part, is because it is
set to the Rocky Road to Dublin.
Yeah, it's a very, again, I saw it in a theater, and it is to hear the surround sound and the sort of the stomping and the clicking, and it was really cool. And like, but there's that kind of real sexy blues number. I can't remember the actress name that she sings, that is really, really good. It's kind of like a slinky blues number. Awesome music. Great. Like that does get conveyed to you that like, this is a very special thing. And that the ways that we are all connected to our past in these cultural ways actually does matter very much. And it's not something that we can sort of trade on. It's not something you can just sort of swoop in and take and buy and trade. It is something that is either sort of innate or not. You either have it or you don't. And I think that he conveys that very well. It's a very beautifully done. It was such a great movie. I mean, even we watched it a second time, and I was like, you know what? It's still fucking cool.
I've seen it a few times this year, yeah.
It's still a really great movie. I think the only thing that really kept it from being the best thing I saw this year is that it's a little straightforward. You know, it's a fairly simple narrative.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas the year's best was, I think, a little more creative. That said, I also really fucking hated the post-credit stuff.
I
didn't need it.
Okay.
The first one, okay, I could have. The first one was fun. I think post credits, it's so fucking done.
I'm a little tired of that stuff too. I don't want to have to sit there and because credits in movies now are like 1,000,000 miles long. It's like a 15-minute thing to have to sit through.
I don't want to sit there for 15 minutes just to fucking see Samuel L. Jackson pop up on my screen. Like it's not necessary. And I thought these ones were really unnecessary. The first one, fine, where he's sort of like I can't remember his fucking name. The main character, the blues guy,
right,
bursts into the church. That was all right.
Mm-hmm.
That was fine. Yeah. I thought there was something about it that reminded me a little bit of the end of Ganja and Hess.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah,
like I thought, like all right, this feels appropriate. It's fine, whatever. I thought the other one was like, for fuck's sake, just I want to leave.
They're still out there. They're still
And
testing
it
them.
felt gratuitous. It felt like somebody was like, hey, we can get Buddy Guy for your movie. And he was like, great, I'll write a post-credit scene. And it was like, all right, didn't need it.
Yeah.
I want to go home now.
Well, with that said, let's round the corner. Let's take this home.
Hit it.
Number one, with a bullet. Actually, not with a bullet. This was a really, really tough decision to make.
It was.
But if it wasn't Sinners, it's got to be Weapons.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Weapons delivered so fucking hard. That's it. That's next month's Millennium Edition episode.
That
is
is
us just heaping praise upon this movie.
And I'll tell you what, I was super on the fence, and then when I watched it again for the next month's episode, that was when I was sold.
Yeah,
because I watched again and I was like, this movie is better than I remember it.
It's funny.
It is deceptive.
It's funny. It's weird.
Brilliance.
It's got a fucking outstanding cast. It is in the same way that Sinners was like a really awesome theater experience for you. We saw Weapons in like
this was a bad theater experience for me. It wasn't bad, but it was not good.
We saw it in a packed theater, like a full theater, and everybody was reacting to the parts that they were sort of like meant to, like, you know, the scene where the woman comes out and gets in the car with with her.
Yeah, I told you we had a real joker in the theater who wanted
right.
she wanted to be the center of attention and make the movie funny for everybody. So she was relentless until people started saying, shut the fuck up.
No.
And even then, it took more than one shut the fuck up until she finally did.
God damn. Yeah, this awesome villain.
It is, I think it's a deceptively simple movie. It's essentially a fairy tale with a good balance of kind of humor and horror. Great performances from, I think, what we could say are the three leads. Really good writing. But I think there's a lot of ways you can read this movie. It is a metaphor for school shootings, I think.
Yeah.
Some of that. And some of that's a little explicit in a way that I think maybe didn't need to be there. But I think
definitely about the public response to mass violence.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. I think there's some, I caught some kind of COVID crisis commentary in there, like the sort of right-wing anger towards teachers and towards the education system in general. Blaming them for things that are well beyond their control. It's just a wildly creative movie. It's well structured in a way that is not simple and it's a little bit abstract.
It does that thing where it is a nonlinear narrative that's told through the perspectives of several different people. A couple of those sections probably could have been omitted.
Yeah, I think that's where we landed, is there's a lot of there's a couple characters and segments you could have cut this. This doesn't need to be here.
Right, because again, it's a movie that's a little longer than it needs
about 20 minutes longer
than it needs to be. But yeah,
what we saw in Barbarian is a guy who has some offbeat ideas, and he's got some talent, clearly. And this, to me, feels like a huge jump forward. This is, that dude has really refined his style.
It's a massive upgrade because Barbarian was great, but you could tell that this is a script that he'd had and he'd been working on for a really long time. It's very much a first feature script. This was the follow-up, and usually it doesn't work out as well as these do. The follow-ups are kind of thrown together kind of hastily in order to sort of capture the momentum and sort of capitalize on that. But this is a significant upgrade of a movie.
Yeah.
I will say this, that when it gets to the moment when Aunt Gladys is revealed, and I was like, the monster is a witch. I was a little disappointed in the moment that was where this was going.
It's not perfect,
but
definitely not perfect.
She turns out so fucking awesome, and she's funny.
Well, Amy Madigan really fucking nails it. She is giving you everything she's got.
She's really, really fucking funny, and then as we say in that episode, there are these moments when she is terrifying. You know,
well, I think that is where the movie, I think, succeeds, and maybe that's what makes it elevates it a little bit above Sinners is that he's balancing humor and horror and very serious subject matter.
It's a tough tightrope to walk.
And he's juggling them really well because you're going to get a lot of weird offbeat humor. And when she turns it on, she's pretty fucking creepy when she needs to be. And there are moments that are pretty unnerving. But as we discussed in that episode, there's also a lot of really heartbreaking moments where you're just sort of like, I understand what all these people are wrestling with. The fear and the sadness and the tragedy of it all. And he handles them all with sort of, I think, equal attention. And at no point do you feel like any of them are sort of superfluous.
Yeah.
They're always, he is addressing each of them with, I think, equal care. And he's very thoughtful about the way that he kind of does that. Again, not a perfect movie, a little too long, got some characters you could probably cut. Some of the humor doesn't quite hit. But overall,
7 hot dogs?
I think
is that a bit much?
I have issues with the fact that he kills off the gays, but generally speaking, I think that, this new, we get a lot of like, who are the hot new, Oz Perkins is the hottest. Fuck that. Zach Kreger is
100%
far and away. He is the fucking leading voice. If he is essentially what Jordan Peele was 10 or 15 years ago. He is giving us, he's rejuvenating this. He's giving us something fresh. There are other voices that I think are very important. I think this dude is so creative.
One of the freshest new voices for sure. Like a couple of years ago, if you were like, hey, there's a new Resident Evil movie coming out, I would have been like, so fucking what? But I
would have been like, yes,
he's doing it.
I want 20 of them.
He's doing it. And man, I can't fucking wait to see what happens.
Yeah. I think it's going to be awesome. I cannot wait to see what else he does. I think it is, these dudes that are coming out of comedy with some dark thoughts, they're doing it. They're giving it their all. And it's really, I love it. I think it's great.
Yeah, I do too. This overall, these, I feel like this is a pretty weak year for horror.
Yeah, but the fucking good ones are real good.
The hits hit so hard. They're so fucking good. Yeah.
And also, I like that we've got people doing, we've got Ugly Stepsister from, a foreign director who's, or I should say non-American director, who is also a woman who is, doing something real gross and real cool. But there's a lot of cool shit happening. Like, I like that we've got different voices coming in.
Yeah.
And people who are being allowed to just sort of, do their thing and sort of flex what they got.
It feels like mostly because horror, in spite of the fact that most of the time it's making a lot of money, it is still looked down upon. And so the rules are real loose. And if you got a weird idea and you are a person who might not otherwise have the opportunities that you might in the upper echelons, make a fucking horror movie because you can get away with a lot more over there.
I'll tell you what, I mean, in this year, again, I think broadly this year, movies were not that great. Sinners and Weapons are still topping everybody's fucking list. Now, will they get any kind of like a institutional acknowledgement?
Probably
Maybe
not.
Sinners will.
Maybe
for
Sinners,
music.
Yeah.
For something other than, the movie itself.
It will not be Best Picture, that's for sure.
But probably not. But like people are acknowledging broadly, like these are two very good movies, very clever, very creative. And I like that people are, we're telling black stories. We're telling, women are getting in there and they're telling, talking about feminist stories and feminist positions. And Zach Kreger's in there telling whatever the fuck this is. This weird ass story. People are being given space to tell interesting new stories.
Yeah.
And I don't see that in other genres. And I'm glad that we are finally seeing that here.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, there it is. Jesus Christ, man.
Holy shit.
Monumental episode 2020.
Is that it? Did we do it? Is this the biggest one?
I think it is. It's up there. I think we've got longer episodes, but
God damn it.
2025 in review.
All right, keep talking. We're doing it.
Gonna break that record. What is it? I think the day after might be our longest episode.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I'm a television film.
All right. Well, when we come back, we've got what?
Well, we're kicking it off with Electric Boogaloo.
Breaking 2, Electric Boogaloo. Do you not know what the next one is? The next one is
I sure do.
The next one is
Chopping
Mall.
Everybody, this is one of my favorite horror movies. It's dumb as shit. I fucking love it.
Oh, yeah. So if you're still listening, hey, good for you guys. I'm glad you took the ride with us. This is a serious investment of time.
Also, if you're still listening, hey, why not sign up for Patreon and check out our new show, Laughing in the Dark.
Laughing in the Dark.
It's an Are You Afraid of the Dark rewatch pod.
Yeah, and you can also listen to our weapons episode coming up in just a couple of days. We've got a whole bunch of...
God damn it. We give you so much.
Like a whole bunch of X-Files episodes.
It's like 100 seasons.
So much value. It's so much value.
It's good.
All right.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Nice stuff.
So, hey, let's get together in the new year.
Yep.
2026. Let's do a little break dancing. Break it to Electric Boogaloo. And then we'll see you back in 2 weeks with Chopping Mall.